And you're welcome to the Happy Morning Show live on ETV Live on Happy 98.9 FM. Nisim 95.9 and 100.1. Imobia Akwaba Eba Jumidi Niso Anapay. Niso Yakopon Dumti and Edana Ebekuye Ediamai Edapa. And Minister Enomapa and so Danimwa. At the end of the day, will be a answer ever can't need it. Medwase so mpo odo fidi na ato hanum se samu yakopem na de yedi ehun ehun komo ye the weather updates be man for the newspaper headlines be man for the sports update be kan the social media trends be kan ACP retired Victor Tando the road city tidbits na be bring some so dey be din komo social media will be very busy this morning or thoughts of views will be very much welcome hashtag no a happy HMS and I handle no a happy 989 FM tie mo bi akwaba about Jumedi no so anapay. Yet was in income and ACP ending common. As I say, any ACP retired with the Tana Din Commander pay. Is even a pension more quaba?
Me just a boss.
And I paid the Nimsunya Coparent to be able to call.
Yeah, me tell them, Patchoy.
You and I pay Ibisiante.
Don't me do I say. Edwin for more happy FM, or more, any more mapa. Modesti Moniso. I'm Modi dia boa, moment. Or don't put them, because I don't come home. No costing tit name so anxious. A tip for Mutig Medi and the pay, Mamma Chio, Mamma Chia the shit. And mobile said Medica so for happy FM 98.9. And I pay any day boss, Sami Eshon, on a tea a drum. On my born children be and Gilbert, Isaac Ade, Justice Nati, Raymond Nyamado, Sifa Dankwa, Ewa, a baby, Patricia Ibu, Ali, Pastor Thomas, and our director, John Kuma. So for the emergencies for needing yet Mamma the Pachi and me a strong or dim. Yet I think from the secret as for no more get with Sunny we muna touch my double sim. And then you get any papa beating the and say, Sadmedia, no man the capus for him. In a church, one of pay step by his grace. We are alive. Edemias, Safonity for said Janani Edin Yedu. Mentia, and they enigma. Photocracy was dedicated to drivers. Drivers, driver for Papa. They did that, maybe a human young. American tia, driver for a war. Napo Secretariat. Gabi, Isaac, Ata, Ne Ata, Akapo, Sami. When you are a driver for Nibi, Yame, and Kosola, and come home. Ata on the way Juma, Napo Hotel, so Yami income. There's Napo Hotels, and yet Napo Hotel, Napo, National Association of Retired Police Officers. Retired police for near Sea Hotel, a friend Napo Hotels. Afementia Ata, or no Yajma, Shell, Franco, Abrante, and my own watching. Kati, I'm preaching. Who is prepared dealer? What so kind? Also, I'm a pay, Michelle, and Macau. Bema Quashi, One Aqua, Monomo, Boboashi, and Munina, so much I'm a pay, Yami, English, Munina. I was a political for any some day told them, not a nika, not a Apusepe, a church and pack your driver for, any award driver for. Driver for Yamisro, a two, would the be a Mikasa driver ni would Jumano. Sonko, you'll be an him shaker. It more, I don't winning shaker. It's a monster, I check this Sonko. Mitazo kind of Fidiso said that the Juma a Yamituma. And the winning shanka, Yamisro, and then Yamido, a batter. At the batter. Oh, Ade, I don't want it if you account. If you account, and driver near Preno, Kojakon, we did it there Fantine, Fantine, Cratching, Akon. ne din betoja ne din bɔne edin pa ne din pa na betoja ekoba ne sɛ ɛna no fia no sɛ da bɛn ɔfa dwadini bi ana maame bi ɛna ɔde nkyia nkyɛkyerɛ no na ɔtrɛ no ɔde no kɔ ne fie kɔsii no kama kɔsii no ɔda no ho ɔkɔ no baabi saa na maame no anya agya ne boa sika bi paa wagya ne kaa no mu kaa yi nso na akɔi wankyerɛ kaa no nɔmba ɔnim driver ne din ɔni ne telephone number na driver yi ɛsɛ nyamedɔ ne nyamesuro ɛwɔ no mu nti no ɔhu ne boa no na driver ne tiri yɛyɛ sɛ obiara nso ankɔtra kaa no mu ɛho saa adeɛ no obiara no ɔkɔhu saa adeɛ no a hallelujah obi so ha ɔhu no ɔka so papa driver asɛ obi agya no biribi wɔ kaa mu ɛsɛ sɛ nnipa no so nyamedɔ no nyamesuro ati ne mu nti ɔde agyapadeɛ yi driver yi kɔhuyɛ ɛna bɛma manas a ɔno wɔ Joy FM ɔmo nyinaa ɛti asɛm yi bi asɛm yi deɛ ɛdi ka ɛdi kyerɛ nti ɔka krakye ho ɔso bɛhu fie no ɔsaa bɛhu fie no ɛna fii ɔmo kɔ fie no ampa no ɔkɔhu fie no ɔsi fam a maame no hu no na ɔhwɛ no na maame no wo sɛ ayerɛhoɔ asi fie hɔ yi na krakye ɛyi boa no ɔso maame wo na naa no ɔfɔ me kaa no wogya biribi kaa no mu ɔsɛ awura mpae no korɛ ɛsika ɔsɛ ɛyɛ sɛn ɔsɛ ɛyɛ cedi foforɔ yi mpem nwɔtwe 8,000 Ghana cedis ɛsɛ wode kɔ apam dada no mu a na ɛsɛ bɛyɛ 80 million cedis ɔsɛ mpakyɛ ɛhu yɛ na ɔbu ani yɛ sane ne hwɛ ne kan ɛm sɛ mo a mohu saa yi no wɔ no video no so no wobɛhu ɛsu kyerɛ sɛ ayerɛhoɔ anigye ne ɛsu ne nyinaa di afra ɛna na pue na gye mi de wase nyame nhyira na daba yi kura no yɛma no ntu ne nan mpo nyame nhyira wo deɛ ne yɛka gu no so papaapa na wohwɛ a na hu sɛ mpa papa wɔ woyɛ a ɛyɛ aduanim papapapapapa aduanim dodo ikrakye no kodu akɔm ne wayɛ no nhyira adaa no maame ne sika ne ne nuanom na busuafoɔ ɛde gu no so no ɛde ne bɛkɔ akyiri ɛnti hɔ no mara ɔmampanin ɛde abɛdi akyire no nyamfo Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ɛnso te asɛm yi ɔte ɔse what nti yɛwɔ saa nnipa yi bi ɛwɔ Ghana ha yɛwɔ saa dabafo yi bi wɔ Ghana ha akɔyɛ yadeɛ na kama koma lailahalala nti ɛneɛ monye 20,000 na momfa mu naba so sɛ ne ɔyɛɛ no ɛsɔ nnipa paapa ɛno so 20 million anaa 200 million sɛ anyɛ bebree mpo metumi mbɔdi ɛna ɛneɛ 20 million ɛna ɔyiyɛ ɛne ɛde kɔma krakye raba yi ɔgya kɔ wɔwie papa bi wɔ so de ɔmfani di ama ɔte ɔso me so mpem mmienu nso monye na momfa nka ho obi so tia so 500 Ghana cedis monye na momfa nka ho momfa ma krakye no kɔgya kɔ nyame nhyira wo o papa yɛ o nukuredie o nyamesuro o nyamedɔ a wode yɛ ɔdwuma no ɛho ayɛyie no ɛho aseda no ɛnti wɔyɛ yɛ ka ɛne yɛka na sɛ dabafo nyina ba sɛ bere bia mu no ɔmfa nukuredie no nyamesuro ɛmata ɔm adwuma ho ɔmfa nukuredie no nyamesuro ɛmata ɔm adwuma ho sɛ ɛtɔ bi no sɛ obi nim baabi koraa na ɔkɔ baabi a ɔfa driver yi a ɛboa a ɔbɛbɔ no nyagorɔ ɔde bɛtwa ne ho saa so na ɛkwa no wa ɔde bɛtwa ne ho akɔfa no ho asa bɛsi a ansa ɔde no aba sɛ ne ɛbɛma sika no mu adɔɔso ne nyinaa no asisie ɔsɛ no na meka biribi sɛ sɛ bebrɛmfoɔ akakasa bi de ato sɛ wotwa wotɛkyɛ ma tetwe wi a na wonya nampa biara ɛnwe nokoradie ɛhia bere biara enti driverfoɔ mo amaka nyinaa no over to you Me say says ke e ko to da be ni bi ke mu a. Oh. Nipa ni bo mu a ya no ma da no mu ke no. E bi dia ko mo chi no. Afi na ni eni fifre ke ni se na ni abre no a. Na o so sa di we mu. Oh. Afi ka ko ka bi. O ni wa die ko ba no ke ye fa o ka. Enso ko ja ko de wa nyen sa. O de nyame do ni nyame so adi no kure. Na ehwa ketua na ebusu ehu nhyira na ebusu egu no so. Nyame enka ho kwado. Nyame enka ho. Onka ho pa na omoa. Ehyen na beka. Eja no man ye adum ni nhyira enfepam.
SCP Anope Bedo say for a road safety tidbit out the Abra Anope Eljumedians. You better also near the headlines of the newspapers now. Abromanfo. And you welcome back. Ebre as I say, yeah, the headlines of the newspapers now. Ebre Omanfo Anope Eljumedian. So Fati Elmenchen, Sasna Raymond, and so Elmenchen Ray. Morning, Fati. Good morning.
Good morning, Sam.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm done.
I see.
And I said to me, Bora Garden City. Garden City.
Debbie.
I said to me, Bora.
Unim Garden City.
Ah, now Unim Garden City. And I'm saying
Unim Garden City.
Debbie.
But Unim Kwame JJ.
Debbie.
Unim Asafo.
Debbie.
Okay.
Asafo, I grow.
Na mama no friend, na friend say.
Auntie Lucy.
Unim Auntie Lucy.
Ma Lucy
sister for Unim no.
I friend sister for.
Unim no.
Na papa na OG 50-50 man no so Unim no.
Mr. Vanderpoort.
Okay.
On so.
Okay. It's an OP Yabera Ashanti Regional. And Mechia, the youngest engineer in the Ashanti region. So we didn't have a problem on it.
So I said,
youngest engineer in the Ashanti region. Engineer Tapuku. I don't pay any so schedule media no didn't say I don't pay a child. Now you feel what defunct HMS board.
See, I'm going to define the status. I'm going to define status.
Fund them back.
Yeah. They now declared bankrupt HMS fund. Ebe champion for Omoboy ma. You call liquidation.
Yes,
Maybe Omoboy ma you call liquidation. Oh, Sammy, Anope Ebechi opinion Dasiga no. Ambassador Edward Boati. Opo Jumapa Ewosiga Anope you will show the best of the day. CEO of Global Media Alliance, Mr. Ernest Boati. Bibia will be Anope Chiao. And himself Tinetin and Wapoms and Ebeya Anope will be due Juma office since we wish you the best of the day. COO Global Media Alliance, Mr. Edwin Amankwa Anope Bibia will be Anope Chiao. We wish you the best of the day also. Maybe before my sorry so no. Before my day in Chiano be chaso no. Fatiso special one be or the betum na to me a copy person.
Ana pe michia Chief Elvis Omanieje ana pe michia en chia stronko. To say ano funding na yego. Tell say a reviving no. Nti chia ana pe. Sa so ena michia a boss in whom I am well pleased. Governor Martin Ankra, Godfather 1, and pay Chiao.
Yeah. All right.
And pay so Michia the Dawn, and Dramitia show no me enjoy show no. And see Michia the Dawn, the only dawn in the dormitory, the only dawn, Don pra.
Don dada D.
Yes.
Don dada.
A pound that bay. And drama man pa me hon cry.
Yeah.
Yes.
You moment to us. Because he didn't have one baby as near the bed 3 hours in the everybody in the church.
One bodon the end of Apostle Chaso.
Yes, Apostle.
Apostle which animal project.
But I did who.
Oh, some
Some you don't know where it is.
I'm crazy.
Wow.
Yo, the League of African Day, shall say, one more day, Dr. Suleiman Abubakar Mfoni at anymore. I'm so head of environmental health research at the Kintampo Health Research Center. Was see danger of smoke revealed. Inhalation causes hypertension, pneumonia, lung problems, and that's according to a research led by Dr. Suleiman Abubakar. Funding Africa's development, AFDB needs capitalization. Amampeni and Ekasa utility companies want to increase tariffs. And the barrier of Dasebre Oti Boateng, no trading activities in Nijuabing. And no El Hono.
1 second. Smoke, man. Cigarettes,
Maybe normal smoke, yeah. Oh. Normal smoke, yeah.
But then serious.
Oh, but of course, it's the case.
Yeah.
Smoke, yes. Resign. Buhari directs cabinet ministers nursing presidential ambition. And 39 candidates running for Somalia's presidential election. And also Sankara assassination suspects ordered to pay $1.3 million in damages. And also UK rejects EU proposals to resolve Northern Ireland trade dispute. And also but there's a very interesting opinion piece. Is Ghana a liberal democracy? A very interesting write-up. A month for which I can be and pay other stories. Kratano any attempt to revive appeal. Supreme Court dismisses Kwesi's request and also El Honum and Vida Ajman to break jinx in Ashanti region. Take branch elections seriously. Ofuswambafo edges NDC members. Inflation at 18-year high hits 23.6% in April. Until we a very interesting revelation now. Ghana, your chief statistician, what they Abba Abonting and the who was district hospital project takes off. And this is El Honum. UG Business School launches 60th anniversary. And Japan supports health sector with $20 million grants. When our stories are and pay amount for which making kind of daily graphic more.
The new crusading guide, inflation rate for April increases to 23.6%. KTU lecturer eyes NPP scribe position. Codify royal lineage, Akufo-Addo suggests to chiefs as panacea for conflict. Osu outlines program for Homowo as authorities write to district commander. Baumia surprises taxi driver with 20,000 cedi gift after returning 8,400 cedis to trader. Dan Botre lights up Okre constituency as he connects communities, villages and hamlet to national grid. You know, so and other stories are ubi paper no more ubenya akan essay. Government to launch national airline to benefit from after Hassan Tampuli and Ekasa Asemwe. Republic Bank post 152% liquidity ratio, gross asset base to 4.1 billion cedis. MIIF plans new Ejapa royalties engagement after Forbes Monaco win. And also Ewo Honum. IMF grants aid to Mozambique 6 years after financial scandal. Ewo Hosaso and Ghana Presbytery celebrates centenary. Ewo high tariffs not sole solution to problems of utility companies. ASEP and Eka. Ewo Ashanti region 40-year-old mechanic butchered at Abuaso. I am the best for the General Secretary job. I deliver result. John Bwedu and Ekasa Assembly. I'll build an airport to serve central western regions. Akufo-Addo, ABM. We na a stories are ubenya ewo the new crusading guide.
The Chronicle Anopese, 3 Ashaman boys.
So there were concerns about the airport in the Volta region and the patronage to the service. Questions were being asked as to how viable it was to have even built an airport at that place. And yes, and so I make it another promise.
That's not even it. Now, and you keep because airports are saying and buy eventually, U-turning, and then we are saying the same thing again. Na Satakra there is an military Air Force base.
Yeah, Casay. Sika, the day ever share or Mount Forno, Abrabom Bukran, says Cano. And once I'm carrying, you're doing an airport home.
But since you are going to Cape Coast is tough.
How is it?
The number of hours I will be to me spending from Accra to Cape Coast.
They should just fix the Kaswa stretch.
And also another road, bypass road, because it's too much.
They should just fix the Kaswa stretch.
And Cape Coast school near Nije. Let's not forget that there are a lot of secondary schools there.
And tourist sites there.
And Echo. And you know.
Who promote tourism? That's a
honestly, who airport will Cape Coast pa Mumdia. Airport will Cape Coast pa Mumdia. I'm from Cape Coast. I dread patronage.
Oh, another.
In all honesty. I just say be a student so more so no better plane now.
The viability of such a project.
A train is better, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Where from?
Train, Airport so Accra. It's here the fast here na
Akufo-Addo the fast road. Na Bamia the fast so.
Cape Coast.
Chronicle and OPC. 3 Ashaman boys dragged to court, charged with murder and robbery. We a big story over front page of the Chronicle. Our lead NPP to recapture lost seats, Nana B. We will make Ahafo the third force for NPP. Chiefs and we will make Ahafo the third force for NPP. Chiefs and Omodisa Assembly to Jan. I'll bring a picture of President with a delegation from the Ahafo Regional House of Chiefs after a meeting at the Jubilee House. Now, Sammy, chiefs are allowed to make declarations here.
Are there many individuals?
The Constitution bars them from.
Well, but they are individuals.
No, Debbie.
How many individuals?
Debbie.
Sir.
It doesn't apply to chiefs.
Sir.
When the chief makes a statement, say, we will make Ahafo a third force for NPP. A very heavy political statement now. And chiefs are bad from making such, utterances. Unless it be a paper name is Kotiomo, but really, no, it's not something that.
At least almost the citation be alcohol. So it's possible, say, yeah, Miss Kotiomo.
Domain market woman defrauded of 147,000 Ghana cedis. NLE sets up prize payment centers, begins instant payment of wins. Nina ANSMA Ewoha. Na Otoaso El paper number story back House ECG Netco defend proposed 148% and 113% increase in distribution service charges. We ASMA Omode Mr. Kelly Gajepo, board chairman of ECG, Nymphone Ato story in chain. Na story back Ewoha or say Frank Dodo appointed new Ashanti Regional NATMO boss. Final story I'm the Beba Air Free Nigeria. Na Okupimo Nigeria no pay or say May 29 handover date is sacrosanct. President replies Clark. And Buhari's education minister resigns to pursue presidential ambition. We air stories and Ope Chronicle. Yaba.
Daily Statesman front page and Ope leverage technology to train next leaders. Honor Baumia charges academic institutions. Boko and the curfew over renewed shootings. And no Honor government commissions plastic bottle collection center and also Honor. What's really happened at Boko? And now, Raymond, you gave us the headline of a reprisal attacker and Nipa Beye in Numa said, one more show more enqua.
Yes.
And see, small, when you bounce, because if there's been a reprisal attack, there's going to be a counter reprisal attack.
That's correct.
A small family of 5, or what you want to move in common. Just like that.
Daybreak newspaper. National security. The 12,000-ton oil. Eno ewo honum. Saso ena Baumia launches UG Business School 60th anniversary. Changes at GRA. Jambra out. EDC in. E-levy way out of IMF and also ewo paper nimo so and other stories ubenya akan ewo paper nimo essay proposed 148% increase in electricity tariff completely unacceptable and ridiculous. John Jinapo and Eka. Government focus on harnessing power of technology to transform economy. Esla Wusu Nekaye. Baumia donates 100 laptops to University of Ghana Business School. 1988-year group of Achimota Association supports IMA. Duty payments do not attract e-levy, GRA, and ECA. Italians express continued support for Ghana's fight against maritime piracy. We a story so far daybreak Albania. Okay.
The Ghanaian. No,
Kafa. Yanko.
Be able to say his drivers no Kumasu. Ghanaian Times and OPC, let's raise funds internally for development. President urges African leaders. Now, President Mfuni Ewoha, Oni Dr. Akinwuni Atesina, President of Africa Development Bank. Homusia Ewo Jubilee House and na President Echiani same na Sami President Suit Oshano Emuya Depa President or Sami President Fatah Kufuado Fatano. Also, bet me another for now.
Pacha, I can't be biasa.
I bet me another.
I can't be biasa, Mr.
Okay.
I can't be biasa, Mr.
IPP Chamber kicks against cost recovery tariff demand by ECG. Schools in Boku closed down following renewed chieftaincy clashes. Strengthen health system in sub-region, ECOWAS told. Now, also our paper number or say hope, anger as miners trapped for 3 weeks. We a development Koswa Obia any ADHA Adia Koso was Zambia. Nina a summer paper no deapa. Utility service providers present tariff proposals to PURC. Buhari tells cabinet ministers planning election runs to resign. Huawei to empower 100,000 Ghanaians to meet global market demands. Nina a daily cranberry consumption improves the heart. We a steady beer, new study on cranberry about Samsung cranberry.
Pacho, Bonnie,
Cranberry.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I'll say, and a cranberry.
Yeah,
that's right. Cranberry.
They are now born in the day now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And so almost say preventing and relieving UTIs, reducing inflammation, fighting free radical damage, reducing risk of certain cancers, including breast, lung, colon, prostate cancer, boosting immune system. Okay. Oh, cranberry there's a no been a wall mekonko no. CBG rewards soldiers escorting bullion vans. Nina Nsema Ewaha. 37 military hospital maternity units to be temporarily shut down. Security analyst warns against coup d'etats as alternative to democratic challenges. Now, don't incite citizenry against e-levy. NPP stalwart and on this assembly about health alert. Lada Yakuku Indomie not registered. FDA wants public. I'm going Lada Yakuku.
No, I'm say a home report.
Until Mom paying Indomie. I say Lada Yakuku. I know, and yeah, until Koto Indomie yesterday.
But brand equity the same
color. Yeah, it has Indomie the same color. Yes, but yeah, Lada Yakuku.
Natural thing.
So be the beam.
Oh, that's what it is.
And only health alert. Opinion for Ediaba. Chief commends government for e-levy passage. Now we a paramount chief of Golu traditional area. Our Kuri, Bukti, Liman, the fourth. Asema of the Abano. Or commend e-levy. It's I mean, I don't pay the same day be but we and I met me a boss I'm for from the Ghanaian Times.
You have a business finder and Twasso and no name final paper and a pair of your front page of the business finder. Cost of capital, corruption, bureaucracy, impeding growth of businesses. That's according to a survey. Republic Bank appoints new MD. and a GSC JSE forge strategic relationship. When you are stories and operate the business finder Eddie Abraham.
The anchor. Big boost for mining sector as more investors express interest in mining in Daba 2022 Expo. Popular fetish priest wins MPP chair race. When we know
What's that?
Popular
So the
fetish
powers
priest
for one,
wins MPP chair race. MIIF to inject over $400 million into mining industry. Good sex helps the brain to function well. Health expert to be Ena Eka. Energy Ministry assures Ghanaians of enough power. Eno ewo honom. So Ena other stories albenya ewo paper nemo. Al Jazeera reporter killed during Israeli raid in West Bank. Kenyan village mistakes colonial era bomb for roots vegetable. Eno ewo honom. So and other stories are say Energy Ministry assures Ghanaians of enough power and no hodom.
So
3 dead in renewed shooting in Boko. Social media users praise taxi driver for returning a fishmonger's 8K. 4 illegal Chinese immigrants caught with Ghana card. 12,416 arrested for stealing 178.44 million cedis worth of ECG power. We air stories are offer the Anchor newspaper.
Story
Benye bi aka. This is the
brain.
This is the reason
power.
why it's here. This is the reason why it's here. Even when you are warned, you will still go. No, these are your interest show.
Let us go.
See, I can't say
eventually, no, your names will be mentioned.
Yes,
It's
of
our
course,
own problem.
of course.
Let us go.
Oh, they can headline, man.
Headline,
Me
man.
headline.
Something that will help our brains to be fertile to do this work we are doing.
I'm surprised. Tell me what they're uncle.
We will review that headline because the listeners and the viewers want that headline.
Yeah.
We'll call a health expert.
Yes.
How we can help our brains
Exactly.
to function properly.
Yes.
If by now your brains are not functioning properly,
It's not functioning.
and you're not, then of
We
all
want to boost the processing power of the brain, increase the RAM of the
different types.
The business analyst, Anope, say, Bawumia donates 100 laptops to University of Ghana Business School. April inflation hits 23.6% as transport and food prices surge. The figure is the highest recorded since August 2019. Will reduce transport fares if government reduces fuel prices. GPRTU fires. Sami,
yeah, no, I know.
that's all. E-levy will free Ghana from IMF control. Razak Kojo Opoku argues. FDA cautions public over unregistered Lada Yakuku Indomie chicken flavor.
I don't understand the name. Like Benjazi.
No, Edini ye.
Oh, Baba Tobia, me told Lada Yakubu.
Indian name. O translate back Ghana Casa. Say obe dear the beam.
Ebe
Kododom.
Matise is dear Denny.
Dear Denny. And dear Denny.
Lada Yakuku.
Yeah, dear Denny. Ebe Kododom.
Yes.
I can't wait to see an advert of that.
To any stories and a business analyst Ediaba.
Yo.
Oh, okay. We were Business and Financial Times or Antimi Fantuaso. Your mission is possible. George Anda encourages young professionals. Feedback is the breakfast of champions. Harsh realities hit power sector as players demand significant tariff hikes. Transport fares take a toll on inflation. Hit 23.6% in April. Cash light agenda hit major snag as many buyers abandon payment with mobile money. GCTU outdoor 7 new professors and no ewo honum. Republic Bank appoint new MD and also a story ewo ha. So ena ubie paper ni mo ubenya other stories ewo ahanum.
Yo.
Why event organizers need public liability insurance. Meet entrepreneur bringing pharmacies to your doorstep. And also ewo honum the story of fast care. We in our stories are offer Business and Financial Times. ubenya bi akai.
Your website on www.happyghana.com stores on it be in a payment plan for Clocksack ready. Labour Minister Anna Ekasa Baumia gives 20,000 to good natured taxi driver who returned missing 8,400. Man turns into car after having sex with a married woman. And no Elhorn and President Buhari tells cabinet ministers planning election rounds to resign. Iyoko Boss, Mamit Tiwa, elected executive member of the anti-corruption institution in the Commonwealth Africa. And private JHS graduates shouldn't enjoy free SHS. Africa Education Watch and Ekasa and demonstration looms over food shortages in SHSs. That's according to Africa Education Watch. Expel Bishop Ayesu from the Methodist Church. NDC communicator B and Ekasa. Woman you sleep with may be a terrorist, so watch out. Lanchini Tobu and Ekasa 73 and the stories are underpaying. Or catch Ghana for.
Okay. Okay, I understand. Oh, some movie no. So I never buy. Citynewsroom.com.
But Raymond, serious. So me hear story in a way website. The man turns into cow no. Video no honeymoon.
Sir.
I want nine in yana than in China. You're not in China.
No, oh, Syria now heading.
Maybe all soon now better answer as we say.
Then you plastic be na there to
Debbie.
But until what done it.
Obi a wadane cow no to calmly sana.
Oh, soon, Mama Jimmy.
Sammy Uncle, you knew.
Hey, he has a tail. There's a tail. There's a tail. I remember, was it?
And you're about to tell me.
I'm not telling now, Mammy. I was say, I again, say, if you want to come to my distance, a talk, you know, you use it. What's it say? Pekus. The Pekus has landed the guy in the cow lane.
And you're about to
no, it's a Pekus.
Ah, Sammy. Are you bunching or yes, sir? Or you're bunching or done it?
Yes, he slept with a married woman. And the Pekus has landed him in the cow lane.
In some word,
Opoku.
Sorry. Young Koyi.
Anyway, you're messing with who's on that.
Hey, you and go home.
Oh, no, let me be a child too.
Also a stop.
Much of a video now from my party in your trends because people must watch this video.
I can also stop on it.
Yanko, hi.
Citynewsroom.com say we'll consider interest of stakeholders in determining new utility tariffs, PURC. We incurred $860 million in forex losses in 2021, ECG. Everything is going up. We must adjust tariffs to sustain operations, Ghana Water Company Limited. Continuous increase in food and transport prices push April inflation to 23.6%. Saglemi housing trial. Prosecution moves to amend criminal charges. Other stories on our website, Nosoano say. Ashanti region, please outline security tips amid surge in car snatching. VRA backs tariff increment proposal. Four injured in attack by assailants on family in Saboba. FDA cautions public against unregistered Lada Yakuku instant Lada Yakuku Indomie instant chicken. Matise uko Swahili mwa. Lada just delicious. And kuku chicken.
Delicious chicken.
Delicious.
It will be dear debut.
Yes.
And the cow to catch him also.
Lada Yakuku.
And the cow catch him also.
Yeah, Denny.
Yeah, Denny.
No, but Sammy, I don't know. Almost say.
But how did they land on the market in the first place?
So it came. So you see, about say no. Almost say, almost a fra. Indomie nankasa.
But Indomie say locally.
No, I don't think so. It's a
Indomie
Nigerian product. The
Really?
brand, yeah, I
Yeah,
think
I'll
it's a
say,
Nigerian product.
according to the authority, the product, which has been sited in Kenya and Egypt, has not made its way into the country yet.
Okay.
And Yambai, I think our port no be intercepted. Now, almost say Niama bi woma, it's not good for consumption.
Aflatoxins need
Yes, and only one in our FDA diapa. And even before it comes, no, FDA might warn.
At
I
least
think
they are proactive.
Really very proactive.
Yeah,
Very
yeah,
proactive.
yeah. Government engaging the PRC on electricity tariffs. Ejapa Mesa. Bawumia gives 20,000 Ghana cedis to taxi driver who returned missing 8,400 cedis. Foreign trained doctors who fail mandatory exams 5 times can't practice in Ghana. Medical Council and all this assembly apa. Na final story I will say. Koforidua schools to be closed for Dasibre Otibuatin and Queen Mother's funeral. It's a way and the stories are citynewsroom.com.
Google News, inflation rate at 23.6 put focus on Ghana's central bank. Asiedun Ketia must return to the University of Business School. The Vice President Bawumia picture akaho. Saso and Ghana FA to impose 5,000 cedi fine and 1-year ban on players caught engaging in betting. And no MIIF to list 49% of Ejapa royalties on London and Ghana bourses. Nigeria, Madeni Sports. Memfa Rihanna dear Entwaso. Rihanna to launch Fenty beauty products in Ghana and other African countries. And no stories are ubenya ewo Google News anope.
Yentwaso na yemfa international news kakra embre omanfo the CNN and Asia say video shows Russian soldiers shooting unarmed civilians. Ukrainian prosecutors have launched the war crimes investigations after Russian soldiers were caught on video shooting 2 Ukrainian civilians in the back. And no Honum. Moscow very worried by Ukrainian counter-attacks near Russian border in Kharkiv. And also Honum Omanfo with me. I can kind of be Russian-linked billionaires have given huge sums of money to West's leading institutions. I know Honum CNN for the Abetu Edra. Surveillance video shows Russian forces shooting civilians. As U.S. Navy falls behind China, it wants to scrap 3 of its newest warships. And also and a passenger plane catches fire during takeoff in southwestern China. And also Elon Musk just made Donald Trump's life a lot more difficult. And also a month for a bit to me, I can kind of be into any stories up and I play CNN at their brain.
BBC.com and I say North Korea in lockdown with first official COVID cases. Russians pushed back, report from the front line. UK agrees security deals with Finland and Sweden. UN chief appalled at Al Jazeera reporters killing. Sri Lanka leaders' speech criticized as crisis grows. Cardinal 90 arrested under Hong Kong security law. No idea. Passenger lands plane as pilot falls ill.
No idea what?
No idea passenger. Just a plane on parts a womb. But as pilot near area no to me land the plane.
Oh, me say meet me a land the plane. Me landed. Oh, so plane landed here. What do we say swad anymore? Now, push no.
I don't know don't have a soon.
At the end, me bought technical and I Ghana for I say. No, me at the end, me say no top ka.
Me say no.
Me at.
Watch your movies, daddy.
Ghana na plane land there owns the passengers in our boat. COVID mask rules relax for EU air travel. India puts controversial sedition law on hold. And US price rises ease for first time in months. Google Translate at 20. Google Translate adds 24 new languages. 24 new languages. I mean, then.
Google translates. For instance, what you just search for, the language, the name of the brand. When you put it in Google.
Ever go Google Translate?
Yes.
It is 24 new languages
added.
Okay. U.S. Democrats bid for federal abortion law fails. We air stories and open bbc.com there.
Reuters News: 8 soldiers killed in Togo, raising specter of first deadly Islamist attack. South Africa's new COVID cases crossed 10,000 for first time since January. South Africa, in fact, COVID Other stories what has to say South Africa's ESCOM warns power outlook highly uncertain. Zimbabwean farmers hope to whip off cannabis boom. We stories are oko Reuters are ubenya akai.
In fact, Ghana met you from weather update in Belmont for
weather no can ye.
One. Few areas along the coast, especially within the Volta region, will experience rain this morning. Afternoon thunderstorms or rains are expected over parts of southern Ghana and over few areas within the northern sector. We end it with the update.
You must be kidding.
Ghana met you for Eddie Abre, but my we and supporting them Akitesia what team in chain. One must say the coastal regions, and I pay the minimum temperature that's expected for the coastal areas would be around 25 degrees Celsius, and that the maximum temperature will be around 32 degrees Celsius. For forest regions, it will be around 23 degrees Celsius, and then maximum will be around 32 degrees Celsius. For transition zones, it will be around 23 degrees Celsius, and 34 degrees Celsius being maximum. And then for the northern belt, lowest temperature will be around 25 degrees Celsius, and the highest will be around 36 degrees Celsius. Into we any weather updater, and I pay Ghana Meteo for Adaroma Ede Ebre Omanfo.
If you want to man Eco Ghana Health Service Akofa COVID-19 update at Waso. Active cases 52, confirmed cases 161,271. New cases 2 and deaths 1,445. Recoveries and discharge 159,774. Vaccination. Total vaccine doses administered 14,944,182 as at May 10th, 2022. If you are on social media, na yemfa trend and to us so. Na integrity hashtag a trendy. Taxi driver so a trendy. Na integrity hashtag no story no any. Obi echo kro ne car ewo washing baby ewo Kumase and as opeso kaso base me aka say washing base. Ai echo washe ewo Kumase. Ena afi oja ne baga na sika $4,000 ena 25,000 cedis eshim ewo honum na young boy bia oye adwuma ewo washing bay hono ena ohuye ohun sika no ena odiska no eto ne ho overnight ena ade chinye no odiska no eko back ekoma ne wura na ona no saka ne bag na sika ne shem back no na bibia eso pepepepe sika no 1 cedi kra anase $1 kra emfi mo ena o say abranti waye ade obom o say waye ade papa enti no one ni colleagues kasaye about Christ and afi or rewarded guy no say demonstrating such a rare trait in this sin-sick world. Video and yeah, boy.
That was when he had given the boy the money.
Yes.
The boy fell down on the ground
yes.
whilst the guy was praying for him.
Yes.
And on video and
video and yes, a guy will collapse. On collapse.
Your bomb pie man.
Aye.
A bomb pie man.
Yeah. ene empire boama no
Ese sikane dizzy.
inshira ofili se be fi empire no mu aba no
You know, a few years ago, this would not have become a talk of town.
exactly. Yes.
Some, let's say, 20 years back, no, let's say 25 years back, this would not have been a talk of town.
Yeah.
It tells you how much, in terms of your moral values and principles, no, are sink here.
Apart from that, I mean, Chroma you know, this is coming to light, say, despite the fact it's a Chroma no, you don't need to, you know, for crime to take it. And in this particular situation, no, at least nipa no beka say man ko wia. Yankopon this kind of bring me and all that, but to feel the need to say obi eja na ade a we hu nipa no so oja na ade no, you don't have to keep it. Now this brings to mind another one bia e see here ewo abani supersimu ewo Malata marketer. I think so almost donations be near there abibem no. Na and me follow story na me who so bia ka say send amount for Asha say talking about donation and as donating to the said taxi driver and I hear bono as a reward. Matter say 20,000 cedis be crack PM no. If we don't take care, people will start faking such things and videoing it so that Rebecca so my identity no. Yempe bibi kakra mom. And others were arguing say does rewarding people for integrity defeat the whole purpose ana nyina ensema ekopie mu e social media na taxi driver na or return maame no esika ema no eno enie na mpacho mo amo ka say see traders e discuss kase show mo ho because of e-levy no nyina ni say deposit e-levy affecting no so na withdrawal so e-levy affecting no ebia nidwa na we nyoma waton for the day or for the week or whenever no ebi kwa na ofaka na nko de akọ bank ana ofaka na de akoto nyoma foforo nti eno na emfa e-levy ho ba commenter e ba abranti a yedwa mpaye ama no ebi nie Abigail say ow God bless him Nana ma say saying amen and all teary here. Even if this man doesn't give him a penny, the young man should be content. These blessings will take him far. Lillian say amen to all the blessings pronounced on him. Kweku say sorry to say, but this is nonsense. If someone returns such an amount, what he needs is not blessings or prayers from you, but a job that pays well or money to start a business. He can even employ him or help him by showing him his trade. Seriously. If they are not in the capacity to do all these things you are mentioning, so you are one or them. Emmanuel say, this is heartfelt. He's blessed. Let's bring integrity back. And the taxi driver there no media kahu edada. Comment by a taxi driver needing no ebini say there is still hope that there are still stars in the dark cloud of dishonesty. He needs a national recognition. God bless him. God bless him abundantly always. Those greedy thieves should learn from him. Only a few bad nuts are taking the shine out of good deeds. Dinina ewo honum. So enamidin kind Eka say Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia a donation of 20,000 cedis ama taxi driver now or returning 8,000 cedis no and a better no comment by any this life see how he has gotten more than double the amount he returned. Dr. Bawumia should sit all ministers and government appointees down and let them watch the video of the man returning the money to the woman and how the woman was appreciative. It will do this nation a lot of good. Kojosi, very soon, people will use this as a format to make money out of public sympathy. Razak say, wow, a reward well deserved. May Allah bless this opportunity. Please, play people comment. Hey, sorry. Kameba beredi producers notes ni nyinaa ka ho nti aha ɛna yɛde social media trends
also there's a video
okay yeah Vox Pop ebisa amanfo what they think about their akoso ewo mrantie mienu abrabom any their omo eyeye nti mama yenti.
Be honest to themselves. Next time when somebody leaves his or her money in a trustee or a taxi or an Uber or boat or something, the person would be able to return the money to the person who had left the money in the car. So it is a reason for us to be honest and be truthful to ourselves as citizens. And it's good. It's on a good course. 8,000 cities to 20,000 cities. That's a big money over there. So.
Well, I think the vice president did good because in this economy that you have a lot of hardship and Ghanaians are suffering, and the fact that people are not even truthful anymore in this current world. I think the man did well by returning the money, and I believe that the vice president did the best that he could have done. I mean, everybody deserves to be rewarded for a good job, and I believe this man has done a great job that he deserves the reward that he got. If it were to be me, I would take the money smiling. If it were to be my family member, by this time I would have been calling him to give me my share of the money. So the vice president did so well.
Like I say, yeah, Adia Oye, ama Ghana for Muse. Adia enyo dia say a common taxi driver and he says 8,000. Not when you say sikano, now what return is kind back. It tells you say will show a clear example of a good citizen. It is a vice president Abona Baswa. If you say Esenka Otoka Kra, Nesenko de Mano, Nesenko Toka. As what the man say, only na Omeka una.
Me feel say the beer vice president yes can defeat the man taxi driver, and that's not the point. The point right now is the deed that the taxi driver did. I didn't know a very, very symbolic. We are in a dispensation where we say Seni Papa Pasa. Inti Seni Papa Pasa. No be enwadi etisa. No ahwehwe ni ade ne de no de papa mana. There was somebody no ekodema. This the vice president feel said ni pemu no obeyi sika no de adani panasia. And de akire ne say ade awe no. Eswani na akire say your mind papa. I think say the papa. So me and be a vice president yes can defina. What is 20,000 cities to vice president? In salary probate here, you know, internet is not where the money is coming from, but it is the deed that the taxi driver did that we need to applaud.
Yo, Vox Pop, ebisa workers, staff about their course, no, and their premaha, and I
person exact question ebisa kofo no. Now, because response no confuse me kakra kofo say I collect some of the money obisi say we question ben ebisa the workers no.
I see yes vice president Mama Abranti and
yes Obama no. Open my response.
Debbie. Aha, and I did trending issues, no. ABC, Sammy, over to you.
You over to me. Stories number one for.
Someone in the friend if you name.
And I pay if I read this story be the Anchor newspaper.
Yes.
Raymond.
Thank you for the words, sis. Oh, Sammy, Uncle, let's go for it.
Was say good sex helps the brain to function well. Health expert be an assassin.
Sammy, Uncle story, no.
Me and kind of a story to within 5 minutes. Raymond, you won't go more than 5 minutes. Was say a good sex positively affects brain activity in ways that may impact emotions, sensitivity to pain, and even sleep, according to a scientific data.
Scientific data?
Yes.
Sammy Uncle.
The expert, who is the medical director of Nature's Green Medical Center, said that a good sex.
Yes.
Suppose there's sex and there's a good sex. That's why the Kwekus.
It gets angry and talks.
It gets angry and talks.
But it's not good.
Or say, Fatih, this is the technical part that you should listen.
My part, no.
Or say, during sex, the brain releases oxytocin, which heightens arousal and excitement. It says that it boosts memory. Yes. Adding that it releases a lot of hormones linked to emotions. This usually bodes well to get people in the mood. When you solve our problems, and yes, it can. Was say sex is also associated with improved moods and relaxation. Now, how no?
Yeah.
Or say having sex is not just about making babies, because people have sex long before and after they have children. That's
the story, no. Baby, I'll fall short kakra. The definition of good sex.
Yes, I be defining man.
So,
I be defining man.
because Pamparupa, no different types.
And then, what I'm telling you,
Pamparupa.
Pamparupa. And as a scope to manner.
Yeah. Different.
Different.
Like I saw to me share what is good. What you say
about?
Yes. Well,
yes.
Doctor, no, you no. And Sabeka no Ahumano.
One more was so Humana, my sense, Sabeka doctor.
And then San Canada before you be near the dream bed to show. So.
Yes. Now dream bed church.
What is good?
What is good sex? I'll say to me, Enyan Chichemu, because the brain must function well.
Yeah.
And if you are more mumu doing your obi or huna, now as women in much on best or no best.
Yeah.
Any idea? I don't know. This can be a cure.
Yeah.
For them. It is not all financial.
Yeah, me dirty work.
It is not all financial. Yeah. See a real story. See, and I think you will saw money up a resource persons at the Amayan. I'm going to ask you a question, but maybe a question now. Maybe I'm just saying about setting so. It makes me ask a question. I was setting so because problem about when you pana I say na can I say why no say as no want say me then me could be saying this question I must be saying no intimate me and be question no Ramon.
Yes sir.
23.6% inflation rate from 19.5 or so. I jumped it to 23.6%.
I thought good sex was your focus.
I thought you were not interested in that conversation.
I thought that was your focus.
Yes, it will solve some of these problems.
Inflation,
no, inflation there man down. But see a boob food because of inflation, a boob. And I remember that's one of the mechanisms that you just always support example. I saw car engine and was through. Now there's a quick solve for that engine problem now. With the Bluetooth speakers. I show us some more. Would drive I won't see engine sound.
And the truth.
I don't know.
But
it's as simple as that.
Story not already earlier. Doctors. I'm sure that ball more. And yet, you have the solution here, a draw, and a panel. What I say?
The internet monitors people's conversations.
So we are doing it about it.
Now, sir, am I immune to your phone? No, the fact that the internet has chosen you.
I'm not. No, some won't be.
I see a Google is here.
No, won't be.
Then be a Google.
Won't be.
But the internet has been able to find a topic for party. Who has not spoken on this matter?
Yeah.
Well, what did the internet say?
Oh, but I mean, you see, depression in your mind now. Doctors will catch you. Cure and
one of the
idea be more relief kakra na be more relief. So I mean, these are small things. So
what's your friend say? Pampa nana there.
Pampa rupa. Small. Well, small near more. Oh, but I mean, people should take it seriously. I mean, you will be better on the funny side of it, and I'll be boys with them. But I mean, these are very little.
Well
things,
researched.
They are
well researched.
Little things. It's a Ghana for you. Tienwa supremo. Tienwa supremo. And you say you can say no na indiscriminate with them. Munya na washi you. And you say
yeah. Yo, Anope, you're the Business and Financial Times, and I shall say page 3 of the Business and Financial Times. Was it transport fares take toll on inflation as it hit 23.6% in April? Was it the pass-through effect of the 15% increase in transport fares has taken a heavy toll on the general prices of goods and services as inflation shot through the roof in April. Data published by the Ghana Statistical Service have shown that the consumer inflation recorded 23.6% in April, indicating an increase of 4.2 percentage points from the March inflation. This was largely pushed by transport fares, which saw a whopping 33.5% rise in inflation compared to the 17.4% in March. The same factor further shot up food inflation to 26.6%, higher than the recorded both in March, that's at 22.4%, and the average previous months of 13.5%. However, food inflation's contribution to total inflation decreased from 51.4% in March 2022 to 50% in April 2022. Raymond, this is the matter that we were discussing yesterday. So, government can pursue all its macroeconomic drive or push. But certain factors, when ignored, in the long run, comes back to bite you.
Yeah.
You can have all the revenue you are looking for at the pumps. You can have all the revenues you're looking for at the ports. You can have all the revenues you're looking for at e-levy. But it will bite you. Because now that you increase a year transport fare by 20%. This was the previous one. And now they have increased to 20%. It would mean that obviously the next one they may bring may go higher. But what does it mean when inflation goes up? What does it mean? They are telling us that transport fares is the one driving this 23.6% here in April. Mamina walk for a brody abano. A brody nebo ebekosuru. It's obvious. Sekin kabakoton nebo ebekosuru. It's obvious. Se obanku a brona otono nebo na ebekosuru. It's obvious. So bantina debe mixino nebo no ebekosuru. Mamina odi snail ne ebano or the befa car. Car bo akosuru by 20%. That 20% tells you, say, obviously, the price of snail is going to go up. The last time I bought some medium-sized ones, 4 of them was 20 Ghana cedis. Medium-sized one. It was okay. But the point is, something has to be done. Something has to be done. And no, we were frank enough to say, catch Ghana for, and Ghana for feel it themselves. And you mean I'm catching will be say, oh man, in why shit? Inflation 23.6. You're quencha. We have a long way ahead of us. Ramon, next week, Namepa, may the breakdown of taxes are amount for cheer at the port, in the February.
Okay.
And when you find out the components, a woman be on my own. Now, someone says, so why are we in this cyclical idea? Then you know what you're because Osha taxes be on they are for specific purposes. And so those problems in those areas must not be felt. And yet, we feel those problems. And government will find a response. What's the last time? Education Watch Papa didn't come on. When I asked him about food shortages, the man was he had no option than to say, yeah, better any assassin we can. Because okay, government will bring a counter a position. They know, the government knows that counter position is not the truth.
Yeah.
That been school for school about 3 weeks ago, and a school for school. And one year catches here released 200 million. See from come free SHS. And we are supposed to clap for government say, oh, more releasing 200 million. And they call come us for after Charles had to come and cry and tell us, oh, there's food shortages looming. Okay, we'll be seeing it to pie. Because what Kasa same way say, but you see, the truth would always be spoken. You're Dr. Lewis, I see the ending come a statistician. Now, your engine thoughts. What does 23% inflation mean for the ordinary Ghanaian? Doc, good morning.
Good morning.
I don't pay for the same.
Walk on, I'll say.
Ah, you could come a studio and I'm new share actually.
Yes.
I'm saying, I know. Me, I was saying, I was saying, me two and one, I'm about. And then, yes, I know. Me, I was saying, me two and one, I'm about. Maybe doc.
You, Martin.
Yo, doc, and I pay one day, boom, say inflation, CCR, it's now 23.6%. Now, such anything.
Maybe to make to an ordinary Ghanaian, it means a cost of doing business, cost of living in Ghana is going up, and that's things. Cost of living in Ghana in general are up by relative to the previous months. It's 23%. That's now the ordinary Ghanaian, because local inflation competitive figures were based on our consumer price index.
Okay.
Normal the total your items are ya capture in a basket. You share the marginal increase in prices over the period. It say these items no you can't now boom an index how living in an economy, the cost of living in an economy or in a locality at year over a period. And that's generally what this thing means.
Opani we a number and woman bo ediama. But as to say AB are very reflective on the ground, because mechanism no din command catch and say, does the macro necessarily translate into the micro? Say a inflation rate of, let's say, around a single digit of, let's say, 9%, and I say AB 7 point something percent. But on the ground, and no was through. Does this necessarily translate onipa abrabomu organa hanum say?
To some extent, yes, because the figures they calculate is a normal way. We pick it from the various markets and places, food items, non-food items. We pick it from the real life economy, cost of items are cost. Whenever you see this figure, it doesn't translate into the grounds, and I say what is happening on the grounds, then it means something is actually not going well. Either it's competitions or there have been some, what do you call it, compromises somewhere. But I mean, if you look at the current state, Ghana, see the economy, the current state with recent surge in prices in even oil, which has been attributed to wars in the duty costs, a lot of taxes. You recently said tax, item, their cost of buying, doing business, buying even food items in Ghana are surging up. And so it's not just last month or this month. It's not just last month or this month. There have been gradual deterioration of the prices of these items. It is expected, say, you will see an inflation rate of that magnitude instead of a single digit, even above Bank of Ghana, the more targeted rates are they expect.
Opani, we are told in the stories the driving factor for a year these fares, and this is for April actually. A year transport fares are cost. Now one more previously increased by some 15%. And this was Saturday. Transport fares went up by 20%. Does it necessarily mean that the next ABR statistics about concerning inflation, there's a possibility that it will go up again? Anna?
Absolutely. And I make us say, it's index we are rocket science. The cost way abroad, and one a bit key effect. And what effects are you here? Drastic increase in oil prices. Remember, we went as far as even 10 before some small subsidies and stuff brought it back to 9 something. And currently, as you speak, normal underscore this figures a higher cost of imported cooking oil, gasoline, and gasoline. I said we agree that these transport operators, private or public transport operators, they rely most on gasoline. And so, if cost of gasoline goes up, we have recent transport unions or more statements, and they are saying that over the period there have been an over 30% increase in oil prices. And the agreement with the government was that after every 10% increase, they have the mandate to also increase their prices by such. But they have just done 20% increase, which is against what was agreed. I mean, 15% that was an interim or truncated agreement with them and the government. I mean, it's clear that now that in May, you have the effect of 20%. You would see that when you go forward to calculate inflation for May, it will have that effect. It will be clear. I mean, this is not rocket science.
Obani, final question would be, sir, a man for Nisisiano, a football bay and at Bemayan, seeing, sir, yen sika, yadi a juma, isika yadi a twedian, yaketia yadi mayan, of a jina enigina.
Eddie, but I say embrace your shields. I mean, the thing is, it's a global thing, just that ours has been the case of economic mismanagement, kakra. Currently, the government should look out for a more better way of getting what we call a revenue to support the GDP of the country. One, so that we will move away from taxation too much, because it looks like now the economy is thriving on taxation, like we are just strictly on the taxation. And I mean, it affects always, because as we say, effects of the taxation, see, anka a bit drive the economy in kakra, but he has a but you won't effect. It's embracing a shield, because there are tougher days ahead. Because as we go by, things wouldn't come down; they would always go up. And the rate of going up, and of course, faster, and my money break. So we should brace our shield and only pray for the better.
Open your bed and a place of Jimbe now only the and Dr. Louis Asidu and a leading commander statistician. One so what they kakra ebreno. Ray.
Well, Sammy,
say 2 minutes. I don't know say whether you'd like to hold your thoughts. Na Yakoba, na the Fatty, 2 minutes, mommy from out.
To do what?
To talk about what you want to talk about.
Sammy, all I know is that Andra me come at the market. I got to body. But there, Coco, mensa 10 cities. 1, 2, 3. 10 cities. That's all I can say. Condensed milk. Bear to say, I don't want to mention the brand. First, I'm 15 cities. Last, in fact, last week, I almost say 18 cities. Andra, Toby almost say 19 cities.
That body and first now to me and Sunny saying.
Oh, body and not Ngolabi. Saturdays, I'm over me for the body and a avocado and contourment and a witch or an awitch. No more the bar, if you are best 6, 10 cities, dear Sakakra, 5 cities. And sometimes we talk 5 cities are many, the busia for ye, no 5 cities in a soy. Say about Naomi. Unkwa densities in the crowd. So, Munam Catcho. Some sado. Make us a cramenia tete. Sammy. Madame for me. Oh, Sammy. Sammy.
And he has not.
I'm not on by head.
No.
Sammy share. Madame for me. No, say every month, Odija 1,000 cities. Or to turn your rice, those things, 1,000 cities. And draw a day. Okuta 2,000 cities in our market. The less than most of the time, and one who used to know. Or friend has myself and it's on sending 500 cities and count.
Okuta 2,000.
Yes.
I manage this account.
And sometimes we don't see how much we spend on food because that's a yedidiko. And people will argue, say buy in bulk. Try buying in bulk and see. Maybe need 2,000, maybe you could buy in bulk. Into minya ding.
Say me base beer. I am a coil operations for honor party. Sabins we drew on my 18 BD by the time we.
You see, I am my dear. Ye my dear.
Now to me to your mother is here.
Let's say how much you trying to 33 cities.
Why am I catch us here, my dear?
Ye my dear, no much you trying to 33 cities. I will butcher.
Ye my dear.
And yeah, chop by your my dear. Na se chop by ni one to my dear 3 cities not
6 cities, 8 cities. Na me ko na me usual aponchi ameje no. Aponchi na ya na shoot price no. Omo de aponchi brewe na me a combination ni other accoutrements we ya of 22 Ghana. So madam, the bia dey am to na me to no. There be me chop bass na me can.
Say I want to me nkoto gobe less than 10 cedis ebe so. And so first no nka gobe there salary is in buyer.
Gym for no.
E ho na o defa.
Gym for no combination I don't know.
So say I want to me beans nko aye 4 cedis. Baby crab beans 5 cedis flat. And no that's the starting point. Two better beans in 5 cedis. Cocoa no baako 1 cedi. The extra no baako 1 cedi. And 2 better 5 cocoa 5 crowd a brand here like a brand here for cocoa baako 5 beso. And so. But with the because my gari no come. Into share the concrete. Yes. Want to mean this soft gobe. I beso. I just share no concrete. And at first the gari and beans is like no pay and then I can't say survival days, 20th walk on. It's serious. Yeah, can't hear the air rough, but I mean,
someone said, Danny boy, Ghana cheap.
Moment for a short breather, but we want your mother sports update in the baby. Your baba cannot make a submission. Oh, the other fatu, say no problem. Your baba
said church and
your baba cannot decide a why analysis in the bay. At least we know about 77 reasons why food in Ghana is cheap. Me nani humba. In comba, your bar not your man. Your bar. You're done in why? I'm sorry, Padino, I know you saw an opel and nearby will be a agent, but so was sparky a plugs and one plugs and a sparky. Avante, sports no, over to you.
Happy 98.9 FM, and I was so good to OTA, O share so they are ETV Ghana, and I will share what you made know the Happy Morning Show, and I also send me the sports update at Bremo. 1xbet, and a summer say I'm the sports update at Bremo. 1xbet say. Come website so onexbet.com.gh 1xbet.com.gh register and be a new account or register now be a new account or be say on my opportunity to enter promo code the so enter a betgh and a betgh who enter sa promo code ne pay over to me and your 200% bonus on your first deposit where the message 1xbet me fan be on 1xbet me can show say open bookies amoma odds kakraka e omo bookies a wini ape na mo Chelsea car in temtemara no omo open bookies so over to me I ensure better 1xbet and I make am farm no pay na omo nya farm ho ng bet no no sami hye ne fatisha abu ali mu a omo su food prices so e wo dwumedie no so a sisi ano mente hwe no say omo de omo ho gin 1xbet mo se na be ya omo su nyina no 1xbet be solve problem na ma wo so over to me de ho ajoin 1xbet na so undi 18 na memfa we ni enter hotel ko betting is addictive. It's a bet responsibly. Beshen sem na say from the Women's FA Cup and to me who finalists for this year's Women's MTN FA Cup. A repeat of last year's finals because two teams are going to me abepiem or finals nedia. Ampem Dakwa ladies are going to me overcome Army ladies on Monday or Bantama AstroTurf to ensure say to me every two finals. They came from a goal down to win that particular game by 2-1. Now and now defending champions the Sarkis ladies also to me actually Ashton ladies travel by 2-0 or Magdan Town Park Ewola. Now finals nedia between these two teams are Ghana Football Association say weekend of 4th and 5th of June 2022. And as our finals number to me, Akoso Yeremo Ewo Ghana Football Association for Akati because now omo krake whip no on two teams are omo home fans and omo fans no to me exhibit hooliganism sensem na you share say na Ghana Football Association omo the punishment na ba omo say Bafor Soccer Academy CCNT they've been banned from using the Chumesi Sports Complex as a home venue. We any communication and Executive Council of the Ghana Football Association omoni tuja enra na omo say o share in sema a course so if a match omoni Tamale City a boy ya na fans no a blockade all exit points at was stadium where the bus of Tamale City was attacked and omo cause distraction in Yamano. Dear Ghana Football Association say omo ye bibia possible say ombe educate clubs any omo fans no on safety any processes are more complaints and more grievances are to me fast now more complaints be ahead but see any day almost decided so more corner there an attack against the entire sport and Ombeka say unwarranted and criminal when you know Oma decided say powers are more one say Ombeka say men bobo a particular league venue no Ombe to me I implemented our powers no into we any asema Ghana Football Association and thereby almost say enya dear Bobuku a ye frɛ Bobuku a ye frɛ Bafor Soccer Academy no ombetumi esi akan e wo Chumesi Sports Complex na omo pa che say Ghana Football Association ombema omo prosecutors omotina asem no so na bibia punishment no wo bia no ombetumi ama sa punishment na ko ba immediately ni de Ghana Football Association e demand say Bafor Soccer Academy e say omotumi assist regional police no Senebeya omo amoye involved in attacks no ombetumi arrest omo the same punishment and akọ ama Haruna Idrisu club I friend Steadfast FC na Osha almost they've been banned from playing football. I was on home ground here at Aliu Mama Sports Stadium or Tamale indefinitely. Almost their course and they say the health supporters, players, officials, match officials, any management team of Nswatreman FC hostage. Our stadium no obra omutumi eshia ewo Mackenzie course over the weekend. Now we Ghana Football Association say immediately no omujai bobo ewo Aliu Mama Sports Stadium. Omo purchase the competitions department no ombe share nim say ombe pe new venue ama team no se na be ya ombe tumi esi akan wo na ombe take into consideration the distance to be traveled by away teams se na be ya asa akan si no betumi akoso we any punishment Ghana Football Association e dia ba ama Bafor Soccer Academy any Steadfast FC yenwemo ewo Heart of Folk akache no and a Heart of Folk say as you see any dey be omo dru no so mutumi fa omo tuma pa efra nti no ano omo open first commercial center Bobuku open ewo Ghana na Heart of Folk no a ohwe dwumedia course no dia almost say commercial center ni there will be used for commercial events no ebeye bibia phobia store no be wo any bibia ombetumi etwa ticket wo senebeya obekwa kohwe Heart of Folk matches na in attendance e was Ajumedia course no Togbe afede the 14th and various board members omunina ebepiem ho Dr. Nyahutamaklo omunina any other dignitaries ebaye na almost say commercial center no a first part of 4-step infrastructure project Heart of Folk embarking on to modernize the club. Almost say commercial center no omuwie yape next idea da omunim and a new head office Emma Bobuku Heart of Folk. Omo imagine so say Pobiman Sports Complex no ombeto aso na omuwie na dedicated football stadium so no ombetumi ahwe na omaye na omo pa che say na niema ekono say omotumi ehwe na bibia Heart of Folk da as one of the big clubs no no me ho na ompese omo the club no to we any asema Togbe afede edituja obra na ono ankasa preside over commissioning of sa commercial center no or the aso ebo form for the construction of an ultra modern office complex ema Heart of Folk we nyina sema or omude atuja or say current board ne there 10 years ni na omoye juma na omo pese omo ma obi ehu say juma omoye no omo efforts no ese omotumi ma nkofo hu de efrimu eba enti we ene sem kakra efri hoso eba yeremu ewo Ajax akachi na ekoremu ewo Ajax Amsterdam akachi dia eno a omutumi chi Bobuku e friend Herenvin etwamo by 5-0 to ensure say for the 36th time in Eredivisie history no omutumi agi Eredivisie title no Ghana ni abranche e friend Kudus Mohammed ene Ghanaian abranche na osiakan ema Netherlands e friend no Brian Brobby abranche we ono so eche ne bobre yepa eno a Brian Brobby etumi ehye goal back in 5 goal route e course no na we a third title Ghanaians no betumi agiase omosere so na Abrantia Kudus the journey team in 2020 we a third Eredivisie title Abrantia na agi na ohwe se na niema ekone dia Ajax we a omo final home game omo ball for the season omo to me edge crew no wo home na omo coach I friend Eric Ten Hag no we a beautiful farewell na players no man no se ne be ya obeko akobo ni obeko akoto an adwuma so e wo Manchester United we ene sem kakra free Ajax camper eba Kudus Mohammed se ane die third area division title and awajia ono so branch friend no Brian Broby ono so Ghana ni branch but to see akan Netherlands ono so mpanyinfo ehwe nim se branch no ade a obetimi abesi akan senior national team enche bia ne nyina eba beto giant we ene nsema free Ajax akachi so a me de bre etie4 yemrem our English Premier League na Bobo friend Manchester City omotumi restore almost 3-point lead over Liverpool after say omotumi chi Bobo I friend Wolverhampton Wanderers chamo by 5-1 ewo Molineux we any result I could PM ewo Abrantie I friend Kevin De Bruyne and KDB otumi e 4 goals ewo and Raheem Sterling so at the back so then Donka e consolation goal no Emma Bobo I friend Wolverhampton Wanderers Pep Guardiola sisi and the team no omo here 4 points from last 2 games of the season to ensure say ombetumi e win on 4th title in 5 seasons. We and sema a pure free sa against Noma Eba. Leeds United omotina fie ama Chelsea eche omo by 3-0. Leicester City echa Norwich by 3-0 and Watford hold Everton to a 0-0 goalless draw. Yenremo ewo Italy na kopiemo ewo Italy so dia Coppa Italia finals e course ewo Italy and Oshe against Yenedia na a 259th installment of Derby d'Italia and a course so and Juventus and Inter Milan and a share our finals way after 90 minutes in the na against Yeno was tied at 2-2. 2 goals from Perisic in the extra time no and short say Juventus elususa game no by 4-2. We a 8th Coppa Italia trophy Inter Milan omaje na after winning this trophy no and they 11-year wait for a Coppa Italia success. We in 11 years no na win a trophy we as say no timi win a trophy we niama ekoye ama Boboko from Inter Milan. Yanto aso na after the game no 37-year-old Giorgio Chiellini see akan Emma Juventus no osisi ane die after 17 years of service to Juventus Football Club no dia Jumedi no o de beto ho na 9 Serie A titles na opinion no wetumi win a Coppa Italia so wetumi win 5 na since joining the club in 2005 no we and successor opinion no wetumi enya ewo Boboko friend Juventus Chiellini enya dia ebehu no ewo Juventus colours mo from next season. So this is in the 100% his and a final decision I will take it on the career of Juventus. Yenremo our basketball in Sensem Kakra. Abrantie I friend Nikola Jokic. Mpenyufo etina se eka say ohwe basketball season ne dia Abrantie see akan Emma Denver Nuggets no Abrantie na chere ne bobe year in the course of the season. Nti omo decide say Abasobode most valuable player Abasobode no Brantie we and Omodebemano for the season just gone by until we and sema free hoa eba na Abrantie no ocean numbers nedia na Abrantie ne average 27.1 points per game, 13.8 rebounds per game and 7.9 assists per game. We am penny for etinase no omote Abrantie no ono and Ombemano MVP. Ocean playoffs na e course nedia Conference, Eastern Conference, any Western Conference playoffs no. Ninyina be remo ewo game 6 because Akensie no ninyina e tied ninyina enenam 3-2 after 5 games. Nti ohwe Akensie course so ahomachi we dia Boston Celtics omotina fie Milwaukee Bucks e betwa omo 110 to 107 na 3 points and it was a game no ma sesia no Milwaukee Bucks lead series no 3-2. Na Abrantie friend Giannis Antetokounmpo ono echere ne bobe yepa ewa Akensie we mu 40 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists and Abrantie no tumenya ye ewa game no ma niema ekoye ma Abrantie ni pa na okopie mu ewa FedEx Forum so dia Memphis Grizzlies omo tumichi Golden State Warriors twamo 134 to 95 series no best of 7 series no sesia ne dia 3-2 in favor of Golden State Warriors. Eastern and Western Conference no Akensie ni nyina no ebe remo ewa game 6 in the coming days. And I'm the Happy Morning Show sports update in ABC. For more sports, tune into Happy Sports at 9 or Hene Bampo Brenya and the rest of the team on Betenase. Now, the details in Abramo or Mujumedi no so. Yeah, but Daniel Kaka, your Babaka. The Happy Morning Show continues.
And welcome back to the Happy Morning Show live on ETV Live on Happy 98.9 FM. Ebra associate the CBG business tips no Ebra Manfo na after ye twaso na Yadegana Kasa Ebra Manfo. We are still talking about the disadvantages of using online banking platforms. And in that respect, CBG Force and Kanjo said one of the disadvantages of transacting business online is the limitation of a threshold of amount I'll bet me at the two account no as was a ban say abia or your depositor and the what is two accounts and so if you advance mobile money and answer or the core account anymore or main bank now. There's sometimes some limitation as to how much you can transact on a specific date, unless I go banking hall, let's say we have 20,000, 100,000, unless you go to the banking hall and make that deposit. But you see a online banking platform, that becomes a bit of a challenge. Into some of the disadvantages of doing a business using the online banking platforms. You better know na ya de Ghana kasa abre etiefo ni ahwefo nyina. Yento aso na yemfa Ghana kasa embro man for some do betimi afreme e 0244885140 0244885140 ofre sana mo ya me no bedi nkoma no pay e wo dwumedi no eso anti ofre me no obodi be bia wo free free na afei no woni me edi nkoma fefe lowa TV set na radio set no e ma me so ofre na ba dwumedi so ana so ofre mo 0555657278 0555657278 me no ebetwe enkomo anapay ojumedie no eso yema yakasa na emu ente na yakasa na emu enye hwam wabra yedi sa enkomo we say anapay ojumedie no eso enti no woni enante mom 0244885140 ana 0555657278 na anapay onimi endi enkomo mahuza mensem IF ewo TV ne so papa ebetwe akra ade aba aye jumedi no so ade wasem drop the argument. Hold on 1 second. Train. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, about you baby are free.
Pacho me di meja me say free session come through.
Yo, Pacho en communia.
And Pacho, the person make me say student interaction discussion now you must say and say na nyama bo enye biwa. First no ukita 5 cedi what matter koko ama ebiaka but if you are 5 cedi untin fan tokoko ama dinka. If you are nyama bo ye dipa e wo Ghana na mpese meka Pacho me damas.
But those are pay we more so atwa sign. Baby ana opeso ofa no.
This is a buff fruit one.
Wa mankani.
Unim ade no ko friend say kakro.
Yeah.
Agbele.
Yeah.
So see a buff fruit 1 cedi ne size and it say.
It is that.
I just auto buy 10 cedis.
Hey, by the same shit is your my mom. Mon fan chebe. Man kan ye kwa. Ni na te ba.
Manu.
Afi di favorite go to no. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, about your baby are free.
Me do the akafia phobia me kasa take Santamante.
Yo, yanko.
Media. Share. Oh, aduane asem ene ma bo na ayede na. E wo mte no kre. Both fruit asem ya okan. Ye bought 1 cedi e wo Santamante ha. 2 cedi wo. And I blow 1 cedi wo. 2 cedi wo. Cocoa it's again or higher me to be on way. On was 1 cedi 50 pesos. Men in town no cocoa, but many be oat me 6 cedi 10 years.
What is say?
Oberman kusia baako. No mama brodo. No mama oat. E kusi 6 cedi. Se me no left here. Oberman me 7 cedi. Oberman brodo. Oberman kusia. Na wasaya left na account 7 cedi. According to me, the bebo me. And he said, "Obika to be there, dear. One hour pay, and I would pay structure. And I gonna for next level. If you come and come up with some, let me to na start back. That time I'm coming minimum cry. Let me buy a car. Let me buy no. Yeah, 25 pesos worth, and I cry over 45. And to me, you will not on my way. I have my position. Obi a ne for the super na de. Okoto wodi o shopping mall obi to ni o isle go here entos back and to her mako for 2 cedi and na mako
usin to say can usin to mako for you saying
2 see the whole graphics
who catch a set me last week Friday because you what I say who catch a see about young can 70 city pepe me call Mala market
na Mala I can't man
masa tomatoes bo a general general there is no way I bet me catch say tomatoes makuma for a 2 Ghana cedis no way me challenge of course
Maybe
and I say me oh say tomatoes nkete and I say they are apacha ni bi na bia na dia 5 be fair enough why fatisi to since is brand no David me no nya masa Koko ya wo kan wasem wo ka koko ho asem ene koko virtually the whole Ghana 1 cedi 50 pesos those times na koko to koko 1 cedi ene esi chire 1 cedi ene raw koko no 1 cedi 50 pesos yeti he ya fati eka gobe ho asem yi no e bia enfa se fati e high class ene akoto ne gobe e oba bia se yen sa 4 cedis kafidi otia no say no the same place or court ni base or kono it's the same thing that is applying there so what are we talking about? Yes, when it comes to the infant say bia obi on ma obakwa koto jeni e wo shopping mall. O koto jeni wo shopping mall na ye sisa jeni makomako 5 e de ma 20 Ghana cedis a. Untimi be kan chem say me amakoto me jeni makomako 5 the same jeni 5 no e wo Mala market no and nti na epe. No, that comparison is fair. But you can't tell me say nyina akopiem e wo market aye bend down. Ni eto ayin toast jeni mukono green pepper na me de me normal. Green pepper me say last time me call my minister green pepper mama kiti bi 2 cedis and madam say any 5 mama 5 na the say first 3 Ghana de na me to
2 cedis pen out me to
dem say me check me hu wait na after me hu de me to no sisi ano de masa mama yes ano man hello morning
man pay mo ti say
but you didn't be afefe
oh yes you are across Newtown
no yanko
Enifa bi wo man mu a won wo gu president ni mu ase I tell one na Ghana I want to say nipa no one plan for Ghana ye wu de akoso obi akasa o ma imi ma obi akasa o ma ni mu ayedi but ye hwese obeye yi president mu cross na ma na mu ayedi be o ti hwese obeye no no ko na nti ko be bi on to ade no ansa no wakotobi nti sa wo fi Newtown a min nantin ko maleta na ba ko bidija maleta no ma bu adia min nantin ko agbogbo si ansa na ba ko tobi wo no ma mi yan no ba se ni na o ti okay ka ofu wa lanu so onu ofu ka ya nto mu ma ofu ka ya no lanu so na wetin dada e mi ya de ginu ana wo ma mi yan ka do kura na yan fa du fo na sisa and what the Lord say, Moses, Lord say, and two, in toast more, and the was in toast more, and yet this I put up. Now, more, and bring me up for toast, I put up, no mamma school for what we're you on, and now, Mr. Ona. Oh, yeah, no, was sending for a month, was saying, yes, sir. On the Fuka, on the car called Topetu. I know Fuka and then Larry say. Adiani ye go bi asu adiani ye bumbo papa mi bonu ye shazi abobonu mo when that to buta to was come from free na e ma chia yi to pasa jaja no ma bu ho tia oye nkanya we kra na me beko
eye hanu anya pressure eye hanu anya pressure ye fa si hanu si no pressure of me na oni mi edi enkoba fati fa kire me obi ede ye kasa ya obi ede tomatoes in toast or they are sending in toast me just say bedroom 10 10 pieces 40 Ghana when you shopping mall first say tomatoes na kitikiti be dey that here
aye
about 4 pieces kitikiti
what's your tomatoes no bi wo ho kitikiti say dey dey kebab dey shake kebab
e bia no bi na padi no kan hwe tomatoes makoma ahe I mean kind 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 ketwa me ensa na ehwe no ene ka ho I mean these are small tomatoes 40 Ghana hello good morning
brother
yes I'm about to do baby afrefi
friend easy ni kasafe tabora laji
wama
the call by the 35,000 na ya 5 na ya kati and family biaba na mi koma ni
yenko
masani ekwana mikase mibeka enwasam so ya shate but God I da kwano no operation in of 20 ebiaba God if she dey dia na choku nso ni to a na ni na flade wo kwano so na eho esan wo ekana ye bomb bi na ende esan bo sakan ai ti tia yili yen tia chule bi ni amfanya no esan wo shebu ni le kura esan de ba asana sai aye kwana mai ni kafe MC ni bo onabo sakodia echi saa ena mo pa bi sa samal mali ba ti asare ono kwa ya mi jangu e dana e wasa kwan ho agota ni no mo fie ni mo mo fie ni mu the majority ni shono mo de ni mo asane ti ato yan kan yan show mo no mo got it ni me try Israel e ko wole junction e ko drosso got it ni da won MC assemblyman unye segment mai mo na mo launch na bi in 2 months ya ka ntu wona ya mbra ya ko ni sami umi se ya omubu wi e bi se esu sibia di mija utu saba na so
zain
esu sibia di mija
cheche ma se
obi wa sebi en fano class odi bodem ni dada to wa ya je on fan wo so odi bodem ni kula beda won to man do asma wo kan ukwa first no mo shene o paint rubber ni ana tomatoes aka sa konku e 3-1 ni konku na no mo shene tomatoes no atu be ko ma mo de friends rubber di di le so tomatoes ni won yensa it was condition the friends 10 kg na ya di nya o se ye wo rubber paint ni na 10 kg no wo yi ba ko 4 adi amo se 10 kg sami ni fa take away say ni big aja bo fi e wo amasa mai kwano me kamo bi ati amasa mai kwano the ten kuruma 10 kg and the tomatoes you ba ko 10 kg and I'm the one I'm for you a for the polythene bag no and she share bag my men again and ban yard ye o ma me mu odi the ban ye ka ye guide the way and a cantamanto we already have a point tomato then she let me say cantam ba ko 2 kg so sa 2 kg ibi ye that's a over tower and you wa wasam daddy I have fight say ko daddy the bag go trouble so that go from yes chicken the ababa no no akoto ni tuition no that dey any bi uli ya ya kana the hospital
yo
okay you
know me no place of from na ba jumedi no so unso betimi afrem 0244885140 and 0555657278 na on me edi in command pay our happy morning show. So hello, good morning.
Good morning
Chief
Sami ada na one ne kasana o odi ni ya de na no na ho katini o se wa gine me sme trema gine o se obi ta ka
pacho
please wait me na wa ko hospital me me sme o pa bobo no mama me be chop me be bio be dia ye to tomatoes no na ma attend you
see unya me number na o frɛ na nkasa na WhatsApp number twa ne fa send sisi a mebo
because last
see akafia me say mama yankasa nche twade ni sisi a fa send me mo samre yakopem 9 I can bet you and you can trust me enough say what they send me samre ya until say show ni bepon no mebo ade a chairman for say indeed akafia akoba bi akonya tomatoes makoma kunsia 2 cities or they send me mebo sisi a fa send me the same number or the FA no WhatsApp fa send me sisi a metwen
you want to come to it is ya me sisi
tie the obetimi ato ne 2 cities bia no to never send me uwi a memo 2 cities in the amount why 2 cities the memo more and 5 Ghana cities more no 11 nti no problem nti the trap video no so one fan send me a cafe it would tell me say asem na wokan no crenim fa send me ya you 1 hour 30 minutes betin so am ya kopem time bia de be bia mebo so wo to ade no 2 cities na they send me twa fa send your WhatsApp line 0244885140 ye bebo ade am man for. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Sammy.
Yes, sir.
Look, I think for your son, I'm only interested in bread and better issues. Bread and better issues. I don't blame that guy.
Dabi, boss. I won't allow that guy no. Make your point.
Okay.
You say bread and butter issues. Go straight to your point.
Okay. Say worker brepa or my mama brepa public sector workers. In a public sector workers, I don't know. But here, that mean full soldiers or this so-called how do you call it civil college of race.
Dabi, just make the point. Mr. Why? Make the point. You can make the point without those, you know, Kasantri and one no man, Mr.
Okay. It's like it's our inflation rate now. 23.6.
Yes.
23.6. When are the expect increment from the government?
Increment about?
They kept pay rise and a salary increment.
Okay.
And next year.
Next year.
Next year.
Yes.
And next year, it's take on so many months. I'm getting over the percentage of my government now. Come on, up to next year, up to now, see, no, what I'm working. That brain was up to this. I want to implement it. I thought to work a salary. And I'm very unfortunate. My heart bleeds them here, Ghanaian.
I was an appeal so frame so bad. Ramon, yeah, the mammy, within the statistics, no mass, and I can't tell me. Wait, yeah, Obia. Na ketu ya 2000 Ghana. Na oka na first auto petrol o de enko just chire kakra bi na auto petrol yen fa na say bi 7.2 na ene auto petrol 9.2 and 9.3 and so you should diesel na nko auto no 7 point bi na easy auto no 11 point ni sika hin na afiri mu as a result of buying the diesel and petrol no within this short period this year, petrol no bona koso no working man so bit
petrol no latest I no title.
Yen fan say o the budget for the week bia no 200 Ghana. The budget for the week 200 Ghana. Yeah, mami. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, sir.
Kwesi calling from Dubro.
Dubro, yo, Kwesi uncle.
The question I want to ask is, when is the government going to increase salary for workers?
Next year.
Next year?
Yes.
Why wouldn't they wait so that next year they increase things? Because the salary we are taking is the same thing and they are increasing things. My second point is, this one is listening to you yourself. I have sent a lot of information through the WhatsApp. There is a problem concerning the nation. I want you to call me and you didn't call me. So, and I have sent information this morning too. So please check the information. It is sent by Sir Lucas so that you call me and then we discuss about that thing. It's national assignment. I beg you.
Chief, this one, forgive me. I'll get back to you, sir.
All right.
Thank you very much, sir. 0244-885140 and 0555-657-278. Ofremia, I'll be pleased to have a conversation with you, Fatih, and Mr. Boamekakra. I'll be pleased to have a conversation with you and pay our happy morning show so live our ETV. You know more Mutio Nisim 95.9 and 100.1. Mommy and some kind of pay our media no as well. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Morning, Chief. Yes, sir.
More year you must so Amagana. But I won't say BBM mono status or in the Nepal friends or no the Debia Catamanto Niama year for Hodom. I didn't know free no chromo in cry. Over there, one guy. Obianum said Bibia boy Emra, me won't find me, Mr. Moko Ebianedi, Miss Ma, me bad girl, 10 years old, uncut tomatoes now. Or see that. Tomatoes no ni boy dio ya si baku 2 series ni 3 series akwara kitikiti o 10 years onu po nim say niam boy nti so obi baba radio so no ba back to mfuturo atu amanfo anim sa no ene so no ankasa because baby aga na ekono president na ankasa akase niam boy di o man no ma yedi na wo de bia wo be frɛ sɛ niam ayechi wo honum no on tom from brae na yam beto that's it.
I think some know you are doing. I was saying me market list no. Business opportunity. Yes, a business opportunity. I think what we can do is you listen bar. You been here one, you been here we. No tuning na every cantamanto. No, they are bear or harness and then they are turning the near to yellow.
See, so there thoughts up because yeah, actually work at about well. Or more muton cosiano. omuton a de papa ne ade no
yeah
no omu de nyina afra no omu de nsuo kakra gum ne wochi a na ehuhu sei na efe omu twitwa na ye rough.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes sir, Pacho didn't be afraid for you.
My friend is my friend James.
James Bachenko.
On my way no more. Say you see a best survival on my way no pani just in Yanko Pankasa Silverful. Men Canada. Yeah, the Ghana call USA. And I the Ghana call London and if say Ghana Bay party no way. Because I would tell war on my way no and yet better. We do my car, I could to a class and I could transfer back and a Ubi on much better so crime I could try my a bit 2 months, 3 months, answer na one salad better. Until my now a woman yam fast one is saying, and now ye na ye pen, I don't need ye. See, ye pay you on my way no more. President to be answering one more baba so I'll buy them or betting your money.
Medasi and a place of me now. Oba Medino so. And the last point to make here, and I also make a clear. If the people feel that President Bia and your money and for my then all hope is gone.
You know, the one thing.
I'm for your last caller. Na member. Hello, morning.
Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Pacho, yes sir.
I'm meeting you off aquí. Make a selfie new French station circle.
Yo.
Me brama me mo abaso. Na menchia greater credit organizer.
Debi aha yencha wa ha yanko yencha wa ha. You know already.
Okay. Me bra. Enura. Aviation die bi omusi no airport. Omo driver. Enura mi gina no pa. E wo circle. Oba de gini ti o me ho. Eno wo ka chem te koko bi o airport ho a. Okon wa ko tobi. Na me say no so koko no. Okon de 5 cedi. Eneto. Me wo ka ye nwa kakra because anya no nwa so. Because my job I go to Kokunu. And what the price is the overturn, sir. But me what I come, the member from me turn money to 5. What I say. And if you not me bra, can you afford the can you more challenge, you know, more challenge. So what go talk banking. I want grandma. Can we talk about the difference home? And we are what we are aware. Because we are not depend by the own.
Okay. Okay. Now what's your program now?
It's your bar.
And Tiasama Kafia can say. Otade ewo East Legon. Otade ewo shopping mall. Okoto tomatoes ewo shopping mall. It is not the same as buying from Mala Market, you know. One is a mechanism in the agony.
One in the agony. But if you move challenge, what did you buy? What is George Baku 2-3? Say, Akuma da credit one. But you see in about. There's no Akuma da credit to board because I say in the air the back. At that time, a boo around one eye full.
So would you to say, so would you to say the source of the tomatoes in Ankasana, ne boarding or Honoma, and they don't can nebo anything. It defeats what you're saying.
And I mean, they will be to me, John, what kind of and they give you 2 months ago. A boss about who did you take Ghana crap with me?
There be any 2 months as some year, you can ask them and ask them, and you 2 months as some year.
And then you know one as that you started your mama time.
Interesting. And let me say it plainly. Open now, no problem. John Mahama time, they came. John Mahama time, no, it was 2016. Yakwako Twaba, Atwaba, Ayom, Penny, and another Danko Kufadwa, Bedi, so a whole term, 4 years. Yakroso, as I saw 2022, almost 2 years on. What's John Mahama's business in this? What's John Mahama's business in this? If you were doing a comparison, the comparison would be the immediate, you can say a previous NDC government. The comparison will be between the past government and then this one. So why do you jump the past government and go to the last 2 governments? Why? Munjai politics, mama politics sometimes and yen can yankono a woman we say mum. Pati, fair nante, numbers almost same kind of.
Yanton adia kakra say Nayembra. We a special promo be Airport West Hotel yeah. we a Mother's Day special at Airport West. In the Mother's Day, near dear, we name on promo no. A course why could see 15th May. And you know, a Mother's Day, Nankasano went to me and celebrate to my choir person celebrating no. A queen hour still. Ube to me, a mamma, Eddie. Now, we are by this time, cry now, and a surprise, you know. A one more because I said Mother's Day, DHM, all expected Bibiana with the surprise, you know. I feel Mama no. Now, Airport West Hotel, wow. Not to me, yes, a surprise, no. Now, and your ma, me ebenya ajineni any. A night stay at a cool rate of 800 cedis per. Now, sa night stay, no, Airport West Hotel na ye came. Ubenya executive suite, no. Na breakfast in bed, me danya ne ya na ye den breakfast, no. Akwa kushia no. Yebema no welcome glass of sparkling wine or access to Wi-Fi. Na so ukonyo obi etise obi a minim na. Your man access to Wi-Fi now. And then come on, somebody. And your mama YouTube videos here, do you know? Send you say you say you bet me I share how a man turned into cow. Nina not say yeah share YouTube videos. There course so social media na mama dampem. Not just say old school ya no school. Na your family family WhatsApp pages no. Asembia coach you call Brahman na mama di too. How not to do this? This is happening around the world. You say, "Nina na mama edu to mu." So also, na mama ebenya access to gym. Now I caught sending to the name pom na my blood circulate ye kama. So also, na ombema free shuttle to airport. So mama say to kwanye ako baby I was so okupie mu airport. And we know from Mother's Day no na ye share say na ekwa ko 15th May. 15th May and I did you made no ABC na after Mother's Day no don't forget to say Airport West was special buffet a omo special buffet a omo ye omo Aniela restaurant honum a ubetimi akọ didi aduane pa a emu hwam honum special gifts for every mother was a promo ya nti no person ye bookings and reservations ebi kra na wangasa upesa o chele ohun for opportunity take opportunity of advantage of opportunity ya dey emawe na weekend di ekoda ho etentene wumpo mu for bookings and reservations me pa cha obetumi afre 020-433-9005 and now 050-163-4238 and now 0302-767870. Airport West Hotel, passion for excellence. EDCC yankanchira mu say this year wo plan say ubenya wo financial independence and na say wo de wa asem nyina emanyame yes yankopon ana say osoro eboa de oboa ne ho ketua bia ensa nti no igo bi no enye plan enka say yankopon ne behwe wo enye plan yankopon ama wo wisdom ene nyansa e wo say wankasa so etumi eye bibi ma ho nti yes think smart and invest now. Visit any EcoBank branch or log on to www.ecobank.swam. Now our complete investment application form no. Won't be BRC and Pachobes me afre EDC Investment Limited. It was 0302-634-165. And I send the WhatsApp Echo 059-523-5065. Now you know omono wonchuchu nkomo mbecheche obi biemu and the types of investment I obetumi aye usika ketua bia no omo wo bibia obetumi ama odiaya obenya ho emfaso with EDC financial independence is possible. #Igobi is not a plan. #financial independence. #invest with EDC. #EDC. Sala Food Fest intra-community competition na Sala Food Fest competition is bigger this year. This year nkasa ubetumi participate here with 2022 Sala Food Festival competition na wenya chadie bebre some bo 20,000 Ghana cedis from amazing products na afi nentwie kasiye ankasa so ewo ho na unya nentwie wini nentwie baako na so wo de unfa ntwi spede de kura na wo twitwa sa wo ton and then nentwie 1 pound yesen na wo ton a hweska obenya obetumi e de ahye bibi ase. The first stage intra zongo competition ehwanom no ye be select out of 4 teams ewo Zongo a community a wom na mo ye aduane no wi and de obewin no na afi no wenya chance a obe represent the whole Zongo community no ewo final interzongo community competition no na we de edi twemu ankasa Zongo ben na opese o represent eye Kaswa Zongo, Sabon Zongo, Fadama Zongo, Madina Zongo, anase Zongo bia utimu no ma yenhu na afi no yemfa competition no emrel na we train aduane no ano skill lo nti so mu train yi ankasa na mo yi 3 members anase team bia no mo be nipa miensa na mo be aduane no na afi no contact your front desk Happy FM your asylum down hanum anase 0501220 and 024-370-2519. The 2022 Salah Food Fest is sponsored by HD Plus, your HD experience partner for Salah Fest, Tasty Tom Enriched Tomato Mix, Royal Aroma Fortified Rice. 2022 Salah Food Festival. Bafira eno ena yeka. So ena CBG SA. Discover a new way to bank anytime, anywhere with the CBG mobile app. Na say no ebia obeko bank scout befa ka akono kra no eno wo hwe a wo de balance bibi anka be ye enu nti ena CBG ka cho say eni say wo spend time and say wo befa ka akọ bank no omo ewo mobile app a baby a wo bia utumi a transact business e man ye with CBG business app you bank at your convenience utumi dem pem wo she adwaye wo te office baby a wo bia na o transact business no download the app no na fe no utumi asend sika if CBG account na akọ mobile money wallet so and I say ubetumi asend sika ma obia using the CBG mobile app enti no utumi so increase and now decrease with CBG debit card Mastercard and GH link no utumi so edi juma so using the app. CBG mobile app comes with full security and ya di obi eba be wia osika and I say bibi PIN authentication to complete transactions, good for tracking, managing and planning your expenses. It's a banking made secure and simple, easy to use interface navigation. It's also a CBG mobile app no internet based service solution that allows bank holders remote access to their account through mobile phones or tablets. CBG mobile app so to make amount performing financial and non-financial transactions via repacho utumi find a branch and I say ATM na fe no one manage your expenses. CBG mobile app easy to download and install and yet cumbersome cry. Download the CBG app now and start accessing excellent banking services anywhere and anytime. Visit www.cbg.com.gh for more details or call 0302 216,000. Enti same maton adieno ewie.
Fati Medowasi, I believe so before we went for the break, Nana Raymond wanted to make an input. Now he wanted to make an input on the prices of goods and commodities and the inflation rate. Some of the catchers say it's around 23.6%. From the statistician's point of view, no, with the current increment of 20%, obviously, the next window of a year's Ghana Statistical Service, one more update on the we will obviously see a jump in the inflation rate if things in Russia and Ukraine go the way they are going. Wait.
Answer na Raymond Bebano, Menka it's here for any Asher for say big time data and Sika Koko and I say
Sika Koko.
Yes. And one sem enamide ebremi. Na ubenya say internet any adieno your more variety options and ye ebia oh boy almost say that's all better 10 cities and now better 300 cities and now that's all better 50 where your more different options are to me a choose from usika the best biano to me eto Now, having a variety of best options to choose from without hassle is like buying delicious wache without long queues. Maybe I need the chance. Now, this and many more are what Airtel Tigo offers, from conveniently enjoying huge data on Sika Koko and more data on big time data bundles that do not expire. Data no, and yes, I will tell you, almost say I was so using within 2 days and now within 5 days. When you saw a shit, there be way and she do na obey you no and now on better na the akano da sugum train consider upeso use, especially amount for mutimi from or some send WhatsApp no makoso data no mashe or movie no medum data no it would do data na and running sa enetie na big time data bundles no spy into no upe the way upe so nya 165 MB data for only 2 CDs and now 665 MB data for 5 CDs and now 1.5 gigabyte data 10 CDs per and now on more ebejo on all on big time data bundles. The other also and so dial *111# now for no wato data big time bundle and now say Sika Koko data bundle and then now if you want enjoy a long lasting and thrilling moment with your loved ones. Airtel Tigo, life is simple and siawa.
Raymond.
Sabe? Na initially no. Na me pese me share price of goods and services across the sub-region. Na me share food prices. Now me find compared to what we are dealing with here. Indeed, prices of food.
But first you were shouting. How did I say our voice back from me?
Price of them.
Price of food, food stuff, goods. Maybe and compared to neighboring countries. Share more inflation figures now. Apart from Burkina Faso. It ranks with us in the 20s now. Ofa Ivory Coast, Ofa Togo, Oko Benin, Oko Nigeria. Relatively, they are doing well in terms of inflation figures now. What was even striking more was the data I got on food inflation. Also, where it gives you the general inflation number, 23.6%. But figure no, share food inflation in particular, the data we are talking about the general increase in price of food and in Yamano over this short period. We are talking about 26.6%, and figure we and flattering. Until I'm catch was initially the position I held. Food nyama mponya den ukrom ha no na comparison na mpese me ye wo sub-region so what upon careful interrogation of the data no I think say your position in yes. And there was another thing me observe here, trend of food inflation across the world now. Even in Africa, for Ethiopia, we're now around 49%. These are countries a bit of insecurity and unrest kakra over South Sudan, see our numbers near high. Then you move to Ukraine, thanks to the war, no? For the first time they've moved into double-digit numbers, Haji. Then you push it to countries like Iraq. You know, these are all countries, I won't say one activity or the other cause war. And so when the numbers near cost Rosana, you can attribute it to instability in Semna also. And to be a year, I mean, we have peace. You will at least because a sub-region, you know, a banner security in Sensema, also and those things will not be a trigger for inflation digits a year record, you know. And so, if we are getting the number we are getting, then it will stand to reason say certain parts of the economy and certain parts of governance structure, no, some to me sit here, this thing can be arrested. So I mean, today we are talking about transport and food price surge being the trigger here. Okay. And these two have, they dovetail perfectly. What you would say a symbiotic relationship. Where anyway, nancy together. Into transport fares go up, automatically affects food prices. If transport fares go down, food prices relatively would be reduced. Into effect now, when say way affected way. And I mean, inflation, as it is, it has an effect on your purchasing power. Now, purchasing power, and they say, affected quantity of Nema Obetumiato with the same income. With the same income, because we are having a discussion about inflation. And him say, when we talk about inflation, wages also play a part. Now, wages no jina people mojina, but prices of goods and services and whatever it is there beton a cost. And inflationary changes and a high number, your purchasing power and dropping. By the day, by the week, by the months, it's dropping. And the wage arguments now, also next year, Sana would possibly see changes in wages in the amount. So I mean, I say a bit check. Now, when that happens now, when that happens and you have transport fares going up, to say per the report I can every pricing window, say price of fuel a core up. Transport owners have told us that they would also increase their prices.
If it reaches the 10% threshold.
Yes, if it reaches the 10% threshold. So now we are looking at a situation where if we consistently reach our position and the prices will have to continue going up, it means that more and more your purchasing power will drop it by the day. But the income is still constant. Where does that leave the consumer? So it puts us in a position where we may even record a worse figure. What am I saying? August 2019, then the trigger highest inflation number you record here. That is where we are possibly heading again. And I mean, this discussion, idea we can hide behind macroeconomic indicators and our growth rate of GDP growth, your friend is saying debt to GDP ratio, and I better growth rate is saying I can say, oh, because of that. So I mean, realistically, the core market so now, Ghanaians are feeling inflation at the highest level. When you touch your pockets and you go into the market and you want to buy, that is where you feel it the most. Inflation, they are higher. I mean. I say to me sit here now. You're interested in to me attack issues never solve it. Well, it is beyond me and you and Fatih. The handlers of the economy must find a way to deal with it. How do we get it down? Not too much here. How do we bring this number down? And governments at the start of the year, and I think somewhere last year, we were at around 14% over.
Yeah.
Even we recorded about 9%. At a point in time, and see how we managed to get to the single digits. So I mean, let us find a way of getting back there.
But now it won't be easy going back to single digit inflation. It won't be, because the factors that would have promoted a single digit inflation, those factors are no longer there.
Yeah.
What do I say? Yeah. And see, it's going to be very difficult. It's going to be a Herculean task. Say, at the time, government had fiscal space. To borrow. Government hasn't got that fiscal space again. There are people who have done business for government. Government has to pay them. It's become a concern. It's become an issue. And see, it won't be an easy task for the government to say inflation ever go down. And when inflation is up, for me, the indicators, the two most worrying ones for me, performance of forex and inflation. If those two things are not controlled, you are in for trouble. You are in for trouble. But how do we survive? Seeing these numbers are with us and we are going to live with them. And this time around, it is no longer the situation that the macro is not reflecting in the micro. This time around, the macro is really indicative in our pockets. Yeah. And so how do we ensure that these macroeconomic indicators don't pinch? Yankwa Ahmano Eso, because Yane sister ya Ndi Nkomo, we're a trader. Na what year you made you know? What in some yeka? What in some afrefo eka? Or some insumu bika? Sister, and a pay your mahaba.
What year you made you know? What in some yeka? What in some afrefo eka? Or some insumu bika?
Sister, Ambacho, utie mi a mesro.
Yeah, papa.
Radio no mesro. Do radio no ma menka. Do no.
Hello.
Do radio no ma sister ya. Sister atumenka. Okay, all right. I'm sure say we'll get minya edwomfo na. Minya edwomfo na no promo me din command my neighbor papa. Hello, morning, sister.
Me boja. Me trader.
We trader.
Me ma po sia ya jenu. Say ade for Ghana, aye nyadoa, enu nkunu say ye. Ye do me say ministries me nkojo. Ukojo mba na ya uka.
Yan fa de bako. Yan fa de bako.
Nya ayi ani kasa ade cha be soda ko. Say me dampemo na me we TV. Me dampen ati se ne ma ukoto no ba na ya uka. Unya na se ento pent rubber 1 million. Uba bi ni sai no wa fa na yi. Say the name of anwa. Say anwa 1 liter. Anwa 1 liter. And na me ko dum se me ko fa me ma. E mo bag. It will be 3.7. Maybe 3.750. Therefore, cry school for the end. And 2.7. So, anwa 1 liter no. E wo ayinu 200,000. Next 200,000. Me to come mo bi o fear that I am talk. 200,000 is what you do. Now, I got on a doom 200,000. Then I'm a debate. And she has one to say, I have said that for Kura, man. They say, my company. I was thinking, I'm a cockroom. And now, Kwana Kokofa, a wintimento. They say, I cook Daka. I cook what the idea and why the son, a shamu 13, who got 2.120. Some I want to talk. I want to say, never the port and then, and I'm trying to call a never. Sentimento, and she has man the second United, the second United, and she has some Tababa to my Bibia Mania. Or shall be besides a mouth for now, I told your man, and my ear and your man so clear. Yenim, the sentiment on your man and the other tongue. Yeah, the second United. The second say, I will take a Mokojum, a Cofanioma. As you know, the Mokofai man, so I don't know Matako, Dinamidam Pam, the Red in your men abbey.
Sister,
Mummy.
Sister, I'm
Papa.
Me pacho, what on the ankasa?
Yankasa me tomo. Sister, a diani e dia me tuntobi. And I'm trying no me a diani e dia me tobi. Toba toilet to any man to see me. Some I saw and people jabujan account.
Ostone wa hefa.
Me was a ria.
Was a ria.
First my sister and your mamma. What part is a kwana from? And your man kwana coffin, Yamaka couldn't have. She said, Uko Joma, she can't ever come. Saudi 50 million Kojomana, and Yama Oberton. She said, first saw the Begu Caliban, and not the Begu boy Yaman Ariaba. Yaman Kakrebin Abena. 2 bands of swap, whom they would air for an airport. So, Papa Famu 3.6 and 3.7. Uber trying to force city. Plagia Ajo, drop in so the Bell Chrome station, so Kansas Wajo. What about a tall robber? What about Tanawa Belser, Rick, and San what I anyway. Saying Abenan was what? Rick in the Sober side of Papa. And to very know what the bag is sick with the coffee and every. She has one of the ayat din. Yes, you can't see her next year. Yes, you can't see her next year. They say, ha. Yes, Rabban, some of the cabin. I buy now no promise I'm almost on your man and then so few, but I'm going to man and a boy. abansho no nyam bibi man ne say dey ewu ye pre
Mami yɛmfa ne sɛ kakra na wutumi ade pragya no ekofa de ba no ne ton no ɔmanfo no ton te sɛ ne ana fresh ɔmo ton no
Baby, say no. But I'm more than 3 CD, and I told you 4 CD. 4 CD, Obi Ba, Ocasa 4 CD, Obi Bato, Obi Soon talk no co. What's in a woman, Mammy Molly? Your Asantemo and Asantemo Congo 35, Asantemo. And I can find 18,000 in a Congo 35. Say, I didn't see any answer. Odo esenke ada ka bet me aba ba bia na ma tsam ne ma kaji nyina wo hono ma ene aka ba bi fia so that so na na ye tre
yeah
me fa ta fa na fa e se aka fin won ko fa nyina na ma ni wo e fa ni ma ni wo aka fin won ko ha oh se di aduma na ye de me ka to bi se ka menye obi kura mpo mesi ni bia di na chi de bi obama mi 200,000 kwa na ma ko nsu ya tara ka metum na ma ko
Enti enkoda wom enti isi awere na akohwe ohwe enkoda no
eno sa no de so kwa sikana na wudi o wunya mfaso adi o be wunya mfaso mfini so ti sikana na wudi di no an se ekofom ta ekofom yo ese de juma na ya di me se ni obi kura na me se ni di ade bi okwa adwuma o ma mi 200,000 kula na ke me ja yako
Yo, 200 Ghana. 20 cedis. 20 cedis. Wow.
By day. Now by day for more than.
I'm just more than. But also over paying. Sister, and I pay me do say only a dinkomo.
Yeah. That's it. It's
me do say. Fati, my main share me personal experience be with Ashefo near T4. Enrechi and Remonyamade, Yeniabia and Paris. Enrechi and one of my clients, a friend from UK. And I'll catch him so upper supplies of shito, upper 10 bottles. So kind of so any problem. But you see on a 500 ml now, and first me only 45 Ghana no. Between 60 and 65 Ghana. Oh, brother, Sammy Aden. Oh, and no more bono, I den. This is somebody afati or trusting me pass me no bukata.
Yeah.
But anybody starting raising concerns to say there or you're suspicious to say me person me in the bukata. Into one I'm starting say me church anymore. Say oh, I'm Anwa. First, now my ton is 65, and only a 4.5 kg, and then my ton 118. The last you see, I mean, could be say be able because business now kasano a good. And Fati, between you and I think I never heard it from you say my shito business was a good business.
Yes,
it was giving me extra income. At the end of the day, you'll be a cut to your Kotina bank and the mano. And imagine say. Maybe extra income. You have some profit margin at the end of the day. Month biano, me 3,000 Ghana cedis. Afati 3,000 Ghana cedis is gone. What is the megas my production this year? No. Enti adwuma million a good. Imagine some in your happy FM.
Sammy Nyabote. You see, pause, mama. On to make us say adwuma ne gu. Una we gu adwuma no. Yes. No, you see, okay, say adwuma ne gu a. No, Nyabote. Men ka say adwuma ne gu. One person na we gu adwuma.
But mama end me story. Me end me story na. Obeti ase say adwuma ne gu. Enti ya me cheche ne mu bibie we no so. And you obefe me back. And I'm say okay, no problem. Tell my enti nyume and I'm WhatsApp no. And I'm saying so anya bia ne order no half hour. Osi obasa me you holding on kaka. And I'm saying no problem. Me will let it be on the man. Let me abon din. Efwa. Every time bia or dash it or the man back school. Double track at the moment, you know, na eboa me. Because omo kwa enche no ma be fie, omo ko back a. orders ho.
I see.
Me send na ebisa say on place orders so. I see say no one can say omba e me bisa because when say ade ne bo no.
Yeah, should to ofie.
Yeah, should to ofie. What I say? Raymond, I'm saying that imagine if I wasn't working here. No madwuma me ya ne shito ameye no. What happens to my business?
Sammy, you haven't found a way to take advantage of the system by using other innovative means. Would be my shooter business not thrive in the space.
But I am willing to learn. Then I was me.
Sammy, are you telling me today that every shooter seller in this country has stopped producing shooter because of cost of BBR or because people can't buy the prices?
Let's not forget that.
No, is that what you are saying? So if I go into shops today, I will not find any shooter on the shelf because BBR's price are costly, and so people are not ready to buy. No, you see, products be home. Omo behavior be to say, omo demand no, perfectly inelastic. What you must say?
Shito is one of them.
And some of these products get inelasticity, because of quality, No, because if I am somebody who loves to patronize Sammy Shito, and regardless, Shito is so good. Na price of BBR cost. Na still Sammy Shito and Pesemeto. I'll still go to Sammy Shito regardless of the price. That is one. No, you see, I'm trying to make
another case. Interrupt you, nobody has interrupted you to talk.
If Sammy Shito realizes, say, price of BBR cost. Sammy Shito now has to find a way, say, that's what national say, okay, am I going to reduce quantity to be able to sell at the same price? Am I going to change my packaging to be able to sell at the same price? Am I going to do X, Y, and Z? Because at the end of the day, it is the content that they are looking for. And those who know the product know the product. No, you see, something. And I make us say, see, sometimes, young Kasana, Yama business, young Kasana, Yama no down flat. But if you decide, regardless of the cost of BBR, because I mean, no question. I'm visa say, it's every shito seller.
Matthias, Mami you want
say because neighbor be heading to one. Is that what every shito seller is saying today in Ghana? No. Until you approach assembly.
You made a blank statement, and I'm out for baptize because the content in the shito number that's false. Absolutely false. The branding, the packaging, the quality of the delivery, they are part of the reasons why people were patronizing my product. The branding was one of the reasons people were patronizing my product. The customer care was one of the reasons people were patronizing my product. And so it's not only about
that was no
the content.
Regardless of the branding,
regardless
of the packaging, that's what we want to eat.
Opa, my main friend, my customers, me and the back end people know my customers.
Yeah.
One friend Isaac Yankson.
Okay.
No, one friend Kwame Damte.
Yes.
No, one be so almost say even at the time I'm shooter bottle, I'm filling the 500 ml, I'm filling no and ma. What were they saying? Your suggestion, one of your suggestions is that I should reduce the quantity of the shito.
If you have to,
yes, it's your suggestion that I should reduce the quantity of the shito. Reduce the quantity of the shito and increase the price of the product from the 45 Ghana cedis to 65 Ghana cedis. I mean, is it going inside your mouth?
No, Sammy, I'm making say. If you are selling 500 ml at 45 cedis, but it's not exclusive to 500 ml. There's 350 ml. There's you've not seen people reduce.
When I started, I had 300 ml bottles.
Yes.
And then I had the 500 ml bottles. The 300 ml, I realized people were not interested. They wanted to buy the big bottles, the 500 ml. All my orders were 500 ml bottles.
Sammy?
My question I may be saying.
Minty Sombra 500 ml no. Minty Sombra half na me fan one. You see, the problem is not even about fish in the shrimps na me kwakoto no. The problem is with the anwana with the gusu amana be failure amana ba top no. Say if I some thick content in this one.
Business is not for the sake.
Sammy, so see, I should tell you, no, I am luxury.
That is what your brother doesn't get.
Yeah, indeed. Ye phone share, and yes, it's na ye Joe, ye not a bonku, she can't cry a memory.
Is Sammy telling me today that every shito seller in Ghana has stopped selling shito?
Go and see.
That's not what you're telling me.
Go and see the shitos that are there. Last time, send me the picture, natural. I went to survey the market. My competitors are no more. I went to survey the market.
Are they still in operation or they stopped?
Let's not forget that. People, some people have been in the shito business for however long. What must say? And what we say, yours is becoming like demand and supply.
Yes.
And to be a demand there, unko supply. But there are others who have been able to secure packages. And I say, at the end, can say supplies to ABR shops and those things.
Even that,
to question the business model.
Let me from it.
Even that,
shito no more motor almost no. Opa, if they'll be sincere. So first, not the 10 bottles come out more, no. Not it taking 1 week, no, Yanisika. That same shit, I know the same more man. It will take him 3 weeks to sell that same bottle.
You don't know that for a fact.
I know for a fact.
You don't know for a fact.
Me say I know for a fact.
Have you put your shito in the mall?
I haven't put my shito in the mall.
Very good. So I will not take this analogy.
I said that I know somebody who sells at the mall.
Sammy.
Me. But whatever be the case, whatever be the case, so one family make case in our family Juma. Sister, I are free, you know. And also call Juma or damn Pemo wash, you know. Sister, and the 4 to say, the store now a 3. And then I come do one pay, they won't finish per acano. And this is and the business model, we're running 9 years. Me boy.
Sammy?
Sister, your business model, because the next question you ask is it every trader who is out of business?
Of course.
Yes, that's the next question you're going to ask.
Legitimate question.
That's it.
Sammy, me make I say.
Intimate na hanum say.
O running model.
Intimate na hanum make can't say. Go be boy din. No. Ment na hana wo make can't say so. Akoto go be na wo mo say 4 CDs and na auto event say enya finger nimpo. Finger ya twem mako 10. Akoto baako 1 CD ntino otia okeke. You have no business complaining.
Me share my pockets. Na me kwa akoto tilapia. E wo chire ha. 30 CDs 1 tilapia. Na ma jibanku mienu atoso. Na ye 32 CDs. E da bi banku no ka sisi ya 2 CDs.
Baako 2 CDs.
Aye 34 CDs. Na me share. Am hu say me ko togo be no at 10 CDs regardless of number of plantain be ma me. Share me botoma. Sammy, what I can afford is what I'll go for.
But we shouldn't necessarily live life like that.
No. You're comparing mangoes to oranges.
No.
Say, I didn't catch him say.
The same
tilapia. Oh, now we get 12 Ghana cedis. The same
again.
Oh, and then 1 tilapia.
There's a place. No, there's a place. There's a place. The same. No, the same place. No, the same place. The same place. I met tilapia and banku no 32. Or another tilapia option. Wo I hear 12 CDs.
Fried. Yeah.
But me na me say oh.
But fried tilapia is not the same as grilled tilapia.
Tilapia.
No. And the tokobia.
Me pese me tilapia. O fry o grill say tilapia na me.
Share Raymond. Me mom there.
But me say. Me say. Wama ya the store business model na si pampaso. But because you see
it is for me to wait.
No. Me shito asa, right? In fact, shito no kra na ye de chairman. My sister na edificate course be chairman. Asa. I've been planning how I make me amache me shito. Because it does help sometimes.
Yes.
Because me call shop and me share shito no shop me to shito 100 CDs.
Yeah.
Because me share size of shito no de be chairman na 100 CDs. After me ko share mo nko na me see me de be frefre na ye me share me to me afford 1 cup no so. Enti na chese no krakra no shito no me jaidi.
Sure.
Raymond
person catch and say in the long run. So want me NDM1 to guide.
Absolutely.
But that's not what even when the trader called.
But you see, Raymond,
that's not what we are saying.
The danger in what you are saying is this.
Maybe Abedi Gary.
The danger in what you are saying is
maybe
this.
Abedi Gary.
Raymond, the danger in what you are saying is this. At some point in time, there was a headmaster of a school. When that headmaster was there, were eating egg for breakfast every morning. There was a housemaster who told us to say the headmaster should be able to give her 2 eggs every morning for breakfast. And that it is possible to feed students 2 eggs, cooked eggs every morning. Okay. Or kaya na students here agitation. And the headmaster free honum. Say, what my 1 egg no? As a friend saying, housemaster say you between the 2. What church say mu the and it makes sense why we should be fed 2 eggs every morning. Now, assistant a friend saying housemaster be a headmaster. Housemaster catch there and say, Sisi ano 1 egg no kwampuni yenya. 1 egg no yenya. But yenkota akatwa.
Nene akatwa.
That thing that you know, all the years to at Sekosia.
Agushi.
Agushi. Yes,
oh,
that's
okay,
the name.
Okay.
Yes. Since Sisiano, I'll say, Yankoto Agushi. Na anopano, woman in such a way, say, to Sekosia, the Amaye. Na yendi. We have moved from just that 1 egg we were enjoying
punishment
to Yanko Agushi. No, I'm creating a picture for Raymond. That we have gotten to the point where things we used to afford, enjoy conveniently. You could buy your shito conveniently without hustle, whether it was a luxury or not. To the point whereby we are being told, say, no tomatoes. That is how the conversation is being limited to now. That what happened to our lifestyles that we were enjoying previously, that you promised us that we are going to enjoy better, that suddenly we see in the Gary. That's all you're telling us.
What I'm saying, you could pay more about your mama.
Me because
Debbie. No, Debbie. Forbes predicted said inflation will hit the world hard. Forbes a guy. Food inflation. Hit the world hard. And then Kosha, America. Inflation. Omunya increase of 9% inflation and our cost 9%. Other countries will be complain about inflation. So it's not exclusive to us. What do you say? The reason why Abe say you're complaining as Ghana for, and they say this is the first time I say we are experiencing a surge in price of almost everything at the same time. What do you say? There are times ABR fuel prices may cost low, but immediately, you know, drivers ain't reactive because you introduce that 10% threshold in there. But according to say this time around, no, the moment A goes up, B goes up, C goes up, so the beer up at the same time.
I am fault.
No, I'm saying no. You see, I'm saying.
I am fault.
This is the first time.
At some point in time,
this is the first time. We are struggling to deal with.
Yes. At some point in time, Saki we now work on.
Yes.
I first say inflation, depreciation of the city. I catch say the key na come. At that time we were around 9. It was our effort which got us to 9. Where is that effort?
Sammy, the effort.
At that time, there were other countries in the world see, at that time, you see, when we are doing the world view
the effort has been derailed by COVID, by Russia, Ukraine. These are factors that have affected
countries. There are countries. Now I know more can say. Okay, US, okay, Britain, okay, money are there. When we inflation is saying. Oh, they have been hit by the same circumstances.
Of course.
When we inflation is saying, check, mommy, you're online. Check for me. What is the inflation rate of US and then? What is the inflation rate of UK and then? What is the inflation of all the other countries? The top guns. After all, some time passed, we were told, say, we are the fastest growing economy. And normal. Remember, the point I'm trying to make is that, look, if you can't make my life better, don't worsen it for me. Leave me where I am. That's the point I'm trying to make.
So leave me where I am, this is the one. Clearly, other factors have come to affect. So obviously, we cannot be where we are.
So then, what is the business of governance?
Sammy.
What is the business of governance?
No,
Raymond,
is government sitting now aloof watching, say, Bibian Kosen Econo? Say government so try to rescue situation.
I'm rescue no crime.
Oh, Sammy.
No, maybe so.
No interventions about
intervention here then. Taxes I agree so. Those are the interventions that's going to rescue the Ghanaian. when the Ghanaian is crying that look, there is a possibility for you to reduce your expenditure target for the year so that we can have some little respite.
Has government done that or not?
That 20%?
Oh, Sammy.
That 20%?
What? I mean, you see, Sammy, sometimes, you know, Sammy, Obi and critical about the government, yes, oh, you know very well. But I'm saying that sometimes, oh, Sammy, Obi and no, but you see, sometimes, no, I say to me, share no. I said, you see, we again have to look at, you know, realistically what government is constrained with. You know, government are constraints. What you must say. And we all disagree with the taxing, trying to tax your way out. And yesterday I sat on this show and said that, look, if during COVID you gave us reliefs because you didn't want us to feel the impact of COVID. Today we are calling for same because we are struggling to deal with the impact of hardships are ever. We're asking government for same.
Problematic with that submission.
We're asking government for same.
With that submission.
And that's why you are saying that. If government can give us reliefs.
For COVID.
Yes.
I am a funny brace for COVID.
Yes.
US for baby. Even local companies gave us things to fight COVID-19.
Yeah.
But as we speak now, we are being taxed for COVID-19. I mean, why is it? Obiama was kase fakoya no. Obiama was kase fakoya.
Someone find you.
Ah?
Someone find you.
I'm find you.
These were loans we went to take. These were loans we went to take.
You know those loans didn't come like the regular loans they give. Their terms and everything is completely different.
But you still have to pay.
Oh, Fatty.
Ultimately, that's what I'm saying that. You see, I mean, today we are saying that government bet my respite kakra efa cost of nemabia trigger what we are dealing with. That's what we are asking for. That's what we are saying. Say, and Aban is telling us, say, oh yeah, the revenue streams will be a hit. Until now, Aban is torn between have no money or have little money and satisfy the people. That is where Aban finds itself now. Have no money to do what you have to do as a government, or have little money.
What's your statistician?
And then you look at
Dr. Sedu to your kind.
What's it?
One of the major problems why people find it difficult paying the taxes is that they can't see what the taxes do.
Sammy,
that's what Dr. Sedu said. He said one of the problems is that we can't see what the taxes are doing.
Sammy, it is true.
We can't see where the taxes are going.
But Sammy, can you see?
And the COVID-19, Sika, your GA, has somebody accounted to you for COVID-19? Sika, your GA, no? Obi accounted here. Come on. There are things we need to be sincere about as a nation and talk about.
And there are things we have to understand government say beyond the control.
Yes, and that is
and possibly bite the bullet. You see, today, every single Ghanaian is biting the bullet. Because Aban Nisa is tight. Aban, as we speak. Asami, Aban is saying that if I reduce taxes on fuel, we lose 4 billion Ghana cedis. Now, if I lose this 4 billion Ghana cedis, do you know the sectors of Aban operations could possibly grind to a halt? Do we want that?
So the private business
No. You see, Sammy, you see.
So the private businessman business must die.
In all of this, we have to look at where government finds it.
So the private businessman's business must die.
No.
But that's what you're saying.
No, Abba is not saying private man's business must die.
But what is this doing to us? All this inflation, what is inflation doing to businesses?
Sammy?
What are the taxations doing? Call the Abosokai people, on fact sheet. They told us, look, say now to make a fast spare parts. One container, and they want to make a beam.
Yes.
Now they have to pay. So first now could have 50,000 or to me the cofa normal 85 which bar. That 50,000 now ever for half. So he has to look for another person also for half no. So between the two of them 100,000 one container on the bagana. Raymond. Sana want to be do so my the profit in one. Monetary policy rate you increasing no. Ekosoro bank and nipa ne koji ska or the koji loan no. Sisi as bank and no the interest rate or the member nipa no ebekosoro. So the businessman is being constricted.
True. But can we or say we be doing a bedding sharing? And yes, sir. We have to share the
bedding. Bed men are back carry. Oh. Say idea about MI subsidies. About MI subsidies in several areas of the economy. You bet me I can say, oh, Aban is also carrying some of the bedding. What are the subsidies about at the mine? Into the bed now, buying the bed in the day. Fatima, me hear more. About bed, you're carrying the same. What bedding is the government carrying?
I buy the bedding, they say. Today, I buy has to make sure that medical doctor and nurse stay in the hospital.
We pay our taxes. Yes, we pay our taxes for that to happen.
I buy has to make sure that medical doctor stays in the hospital. The nurse stays in the hospital. They don't go on strike.
Yes, we are paying that. That's service. It's not a buy money. It's my tax, and I'm paying it.
So now you see, you are paying your tax.
Yes, I'm paying my tax.
You are paying your tax, right? Now, this same tax you are paying, you are saying Abai should stop taking some. You are saying Abai should stop taking some.
Why did I
say
that
Abai should stop
taking
taxes? Go to the pump. You are saying Abai should take some of the taxes off, so that when you are going to buy fuel to go wherever you are going, Abai you free so. Abai is telling you that look, if I take that tax off, it means that doctor tomorrow is going to demonstrate.
But that money is, you see, that's what you're getting wrong. The taxes, each tax has a reason why the tax was introduced.
Oh, yes.
Stabilization fund. What is stabilization fund to do? Is it for the doctor? It's not for the doctor.
Tax is not.
Toll recovery levy. Is it for the doctor? It's not for the doctor.
Okay, good.
Is Tamawayo refinery up and running?
And then you remove toll recovery levy.
Yes.
Why the man a canon? A pile up and they introduce it all.
It's a legacy debt.
What raised the legacy debt? Aban decided to be subsidize fuel at the time. Good. At a point, Aban realized say a kabubruja and
it government bed no carry near them.
Government bed in say. Despite the meager resources. Which
I am providing the money for.
No, now Sikana will provide them so. If Aban wants to tell us say what we pay in terms of taxes, and all the taxes are generating. If Aban tells us the expenditure, any receipts, Aban dey be our deficit. So Aban is telling us that with the meager resources, Aban cannot renege on commitments our year. And so, on to me, Aban finds itself in a very tight position. But Ghana for
you, me and Kwamra, me and Danny Humba, Yababaka, na me 2020 expenditure lineup me the bema. Yababaka, the 2022 expenditure lineup me the bema. Danny Humba, Yababasi here. And you welcome back to the Happy Morning Show. The next phase of the conversation, a transport sector, the increment 20% one more driver for increasing no. And I shall say the and come a PRO didn't come out didn't as to why or more increase air transport first. But just before I link to air transport, with the Deputy Minister speaking on the matter of air transport first accord to 20%. We want maybe say mommy, but because of the Pabonism Kakao Yentino, 1 year. Share a tier for I have 4 and now pay Togo. Inflation rate Togo 2.53%.
Togo population.
I am checking. 2.53% Togo. Togo was Freeport. Togo inflation rate ASR. Ivory Coast. Yeah, any Ivory Coast for inflation 5.48. 2020 yeah. 5.48. Union Nigeria for they have been badly hit. One money at then you're more tiatim, or more Nigeria more inflation rate here 15.92. Nigeria 15.92. Ghana's inflation rate is 23.6. And how is it that they are able with COVID-19 with Ukraine? They're able to peg the figures at this.
Sammy, you mentioned Togo, you mentioned Ivory Coast.
Before
Nyabotre. What them say?
1 minute.
Nyabotre, what them say? In the 80s, when these francophone countries were confronted by inability to pay debts, weak economic growth, now they had serious difficulties. They decided to join a certain monetary union, UMOA. This UMOA embarked on adjustment programs from the IMF and World Bank. These guys are still running those models. Okay? That is how countries like Togo, like Ivory Coast, South Francophone countries now bomb within say inflation below. Look, those countries, economy, it is not run on one man. And then one man, the kita economy.
Now, how the economy?
And I make
Why?
because of that.
Nagana, member state of IMF. Are we not?
I'm saying that
they
embarked on an adjustment policy
program. We have done structural adjustment program. We have done several adjustment programs. Even our economy is a based economy.
Only say most of those francophone countries are more fixed exchange rates.
But why? What stops us from doing so?
You see,
what is stopping us from doing so?
That you have to embark on a certain.
And I'm saying that what stops us from doing so? I say what stops us from doing so? It's a government decision. It's a government decision. It's not me.
Now, you see, so don't even bring these people who have decided. Say,
my brother, this your argument will not wash.
They allow control.
There are people who have presidents, who have ministers of state, and their inflation rate is around 5 point something, around 2 point something. How? They are all have been affected by Ukraine, Russia. They have been affected by COVID-19. How is it that their inflation is where they are? Something is missing.
And if you want people to control your economy for you, go and join them.
The Deputy Minister for Transport, Raymond Favorite, Mr. Tampoli, was it 20% increment? Nobody have there on your money.
That meeting has yet to take place, and we have called a meeting for the transport operators to come to the ministry for us to have that conversation, and the decision can be taken. So for now, that decision has not been made. We haven't had that meeting, and I believe any other person who is charging any fares will be doing so unlawfully, contrary to the established arrangement that we have.
Well, I did I hear the minister say unlawfully?
Manti.
I heard the minister say anybody who is charging the 20% is charging it unlawfully. I'll be glad if the minister will let us know what law prohibits the transport operators from increasing their fares to 20%, seeing that we are running a deregulated system. I'll be very grateful if the minister can let us know what law the transport operators are breaching. No.
It's because the new government
is GPR to you and the others we are talking about. If the minister would educate us by telling us which law these transport operators are breaching, I'll be very grateful. A convention is not necessarily a law. The times when the government really had a stake in the determination of air fares was the time when government was subsidizing fuel for air transport operators. And that regime is no longer there. What catches forces of demand and supply and a year into business in the same. For me, Raymond, and you said it clearly yesterday, say the transport operators have no business resorting to the government in terms of arriving at transport fares. And I like the posture of the transport operators to the effect to say, if there is an adjustment by more than 10%, fares will also go up. But I think that they have tried their best. They have shouldered, they have accommodated a lot of the heat. Imagine, drive any one trip a day. In
as much as we have been on the driver's side, like I say, they do deserve a raise, you know. Drivers need to be more, you know, and try it, and they should know, say, a better come.
To say,
when you say, oh, Lodia cry. Not because of a do food depends, you know. Now we Lodi, the next stop. Now where you passengers in AC. Now I say Lodi another. Now where you passengers in AC. Nipa I be all kwa cry aquaton yama. Aquaton when you community no. Where you about aquaton there one or not the short strip now no. Or the good at the enterprise so now what tabro.
And I agree with you. I agree.
We make things overly difficult when we already know said we have challenges. It's bad. It's not good.
But wait, is there
the only operators are me bomb about so yen home for. Omo de oba mbeka chose me konsa home straight. Omo etwa omo bu ato ho.
Yeah.
Na woko.
To see okwanso when see okwanso ya
just flat. Exactly. Na nya omo a omo hye da omo nim say ye konsa home so. Na bia in home station mo a circle ho. Me tu chema mo. Mo ye bibia kama mo ye ade.
Na vat flat rate no.
over for years. My idea.
Yo, yene PRO for GPR2 any common say minister ne say emremu ne de womo atumra so matumba 20%. Alaji akwaba. Oh, too bad. I'm saying Homano article. Naka any needing common over chiche, but if I say yes, I become opinion na what in chiche muka at their brain. Raymond, once I hear training, yeah, wababa. Alaji, akwaba.
My consider me say I want to pray the Lord and talk to you.
But just say.
Yo, okay.
Hello, Alaji.
Yes, sir.
Morning, sir.
Morning, master.
Alaji, I say matumra o.
Yes, sir, I heard that.
Matumra mo 20% increase na my
Well, I doubt it. And now, practice selective justice for Kronumunsoa. Deputy minister no kaya no. I don't agree with him. You will have Kosia, turn once a day and then once a day. Both road for fourth. Say once a day no. And do all those people no. Omuko G directives for him. Omuko G directives for him. He started driving. Just give me just 1 minute. Let me continue. Hello.
No.
Me started driving about a year and I bet to petrol. You to more cheaper to you 90 price ba. No time no namra no way. And I know so those days those times na ye tomra. Obi ko China ko to ade or the bar or no na say prices of course upon ye better ama wanye no faso. Now all the prices not carry me amano or ton now no faso. And the can no the I beg to differ.
Also, one more animal beshia about a year 20% now more no.
Hold on.
I'm saying Alaji will come because me say don't know a bop pin papa and your man for enfranchise kakra say multi sound bi we chi na ye pepe am fan.
Asa me you.
Yeah, Alaji was one more animal beshia edi nkomo about mo first na mo gie no anya bi amoko na abaka se monti so ambeti so.
Oh, wow, yeah, bon pie say baby pa ochiro na me boa baby pa enfre mombra e magana nyina na me jindi say ye tro mu no omo anka se o omo freye ama ye trans anka baby adu ye bedu ho ye do we are Ghanaians as well. Wow, and we have every right to live happily once we are working. Wow. Ebe no mo nya de omo pe no omo live happily na ebe no mo de to say me so ba be ka no oba na analysis no it's not here nor there omo to ande wa mokola no who controls their prices for them ana say no mo to no sa no mo to mo ana wo enti sa driver for pe ye to lorry fare mo na done issue na say ya ko sha wo ba so only one seat over talk and then nobody says anything wrong with that. Buffalo Uba soon, only one seat over top of now I die soon. And then nobody says anything wrong with that. Why?
Alaji, and I pay very much for Jimmy and anything. Come on. Yo, Alaji, more than anything. Come on, where PRO Emma GPR2, you know. I be anopay, but you better be biase.
Na me pese Ochina. All factors held as they are now. Government expenditure, what government has to do, what it doesn't have to do in Nyama, spending patterns, number of ministers in Nyama. Let's hold all of them constant as they are, and ask ourselves, say, if government decides to hit to your call, say, take off this tax, don't take this tax, yes. What would we be as a nation? Let's have that discussion.
But why would you want to hold certain things constant?
Because that is the status quo now.
So how about we also propose to say, akatua yedema abayin penyimfo ni abayin dwumayefo ni yente so. And based upon that, you know, you bet me have this conversation now. because it's also a factor. When we are going to say akatua edema omanfo no, it is one of the items a aban sika nyina apart from your commitment to loans ayakwa akwaje.
Agree, but let us say aban tumi nya ho hwe.
Aban tumi nya ho hwe say. Aban betumi nya ho bibi.
Sami nti ochino so ya no pa na okopie mu office. Na the letter to ho. Yeah, to Aketua so 50%.
Are those our targets?
No, maybe so.
Are those the people we've been complaining about?
No, maybe so.
Are those the people? How can an engineer with a master's, me had more private sector, it's 20,000. Now, Obiyamane or a Juma or Yan Kwame on Yajuma Yenibi, you turn 80,000, 100,000. On what basis are we paying him that amount of money? Go to the industry and ask, per the industry, a year, a Juma more, the maximum amount a you be saying. And the engineer be back to maybe a kind of 80,000, 120,000. Teacher ni yet na ko to ni 80,000. Teacher na ko to saying. No, let's be realistic. You can't hold certain elements constant. Ochine nyam pa ibishia.